And welcome back, folks, to the FSL Valorant Wildcard Valorant Game Changer Southeast Asia, where we have the upper bracket finals, Asteria versus Mad Army. Whoever wins this gets their slot in towards FSL Elite, the big end-of-year tournament with a bigger prize pool. But for now, I don't know, there's a little bit of technical issues here and there, Key.
Yeah, it just seems to be a power outage. I mean, it happens, right? So one of the players has to play from an alternate location. So
That's
look, Asteria, they played really well, and Mad Army, they're also forced to be reckoned with. I do believe that our moderators have been posting where you could follow these two teams. So Asteria has an Instagram account where you can follow the team. Mad Army has a Facebook page because different countries, different regions have different favorite social media channels.
of course,
So you can follow them there, and make sure you follow our teams as well because they do have some interesting content for sure. You can watch their streams as well. Some of the players do stream, some on Twitch, some on YouTube, some on Facebook. You could just check out their the team socials, and then there you can find the player socials as well, because really supporting these players in and out of the game is the key to really empowering these players. And for VCT Game Changer Southeast Asia, that's what we really want to see. We're starting to see teams develop. We're starting to see players improve. I mean, it's so much different from the early FSLs where there's very clear top two teams. I mean, Mad Army was top two in Open 1 and 2. And then after that, they disbanded. Players went to different teams, and then now some of them have come back. Some of them have taken players from other teams as well, and have reformed to an even better team. Same for Asteria. They part of Couldn't Care Less for a little bit, split up, went to Asteria, and then some players went back to Couldn't Care Less. And we're starting to see teams really find their stride, and I feel like coming to FSL Elite later this month is going to be really exciting.
It's gonna be so exciting. I just want to get to a day where everyone's just sending positive vibes all around. You're super supportive, and whatever it is, whoever you are, wherever you're from, just go follow these players and watch their streams. It's very nice when you get to see players really start to feel free of themselves, and they get to just let their personalities run wild on camera. Like, it's super fun to watch VCT when you got teams like Sentinels doing the whole oh, I'm reading your strats in the book right now. Yeah. Kind of, I want to see that happen with FSL, right? Like when it's FSL League game day and we got I don't know, Tarathiel from Alter Ego Celeste tweeting like anime gifs of oh, I'm powering up. And then when the game goes down and she's gonna shout at they don't really do that. They're a lot more wholesome.
It'll probably be some bunnies. It's here's a bunny update, and then she proceeds to wreck everyone in game. I think I followed Tarathiel's Instagram. Her stories are about her bunnies mostly.
That's amazing. But yeah, I mean, coming to these teams, Asteria versus Mad Army. I mean, maybe it's not bunnies with these girls, but who knows? There's got to be something else. I know some of the Asteria fans in the chat are extremely vocal right now, which is awesome to see. I mean, keep that going, right? Just more hashtag AST wins or something. Meanwhile, we got the Mad Army stream going on the FSL_TH stream as well. And I'm sure there's a lot of Thai support going on that side. But whatever it is, these two teams are here to really figure out who's the better one, who is going to be securing that first slot in towards FSL Elite. Of course, the loser is not out of the tournament yet. No, they get sent down into the lower bracket final, where they'll kind of be that that raid boss, just waiting for that one challenger team to make their way through the lower bracket finals to meet them. And I believe those teams right now, they're duking it out. It's on the other stream. It's Couldn't Care Less versus Vitality Estelle.
Yeah, and between these two teams as well, between Mad Army and Asteria, what I'd like to mention is they both have muffins. Muffin and Muffin Loop as more pastry yet again, but this time it's all about which muffin is superior, right? Muffin Loop.
Muffin with a Y?
Yeah, Muffin with a Y and Muffin with an I. We're gonna have two. This is gonna be a mouthful, right? Muffin on Muffin Loop, or Muffin against Muffin Loop.
Muffin against Muffin. Who's the better muffin? Who knows? I mean, you're gonna have to wait and see. But for now, yeah, it's still kind of allowing for those technical issues to be resolved before we jump straight into Agent Select. But still going on with possible, I don't know, theory crafts of what they could have. But aside from that, also just the fact that there are all these changes going on with the game right now. We have the most recent Radianite crates becoming impenetrable, so it allows you to plant safely on a site like Icebox, maybe sometimes even Ascent. But the agent changes, jet nerfs. More interestingly, Fracture. Do you think that's ever going to be like a competitive play thing? Have you tried that map out enough to give your thoughts on it yet?
I mean, to be very honest, I think Riot's done a very good job at balancing maps and introducing something new. I think every time a new map comes out, everyone just hates it because it's new. They're unfamiliar with it. People just don't like change. And
Yeah.
honestly, I love Breeze. I didn't like Icebox at first launch, but after the changes to the verticality, felt good. Breeze I felt was good from the start, but a lot of people hate on it because it's the newest map, and it was the newest map before Fracture, and people just didn't like playing long ranges. And I love long range fights. I mean, come on, like Marshall, you can get away with a Marshall. I mean, it makes things
Yes,
spicy.
Place.
Like Viper has had a resurgence because of Breeze as well, and I think Fracture is also Viper map because reusable smokes is really where it's at, and we'll really have to see what the teams really feel about it because honestly, the maps feel pretty balanced, and it is just something you just have to play differently. And I think that people need to embrace change. That's what will make the game exciting. That's what will keep the game spicy.
Truthfully, right? I mean, that's why it's very refreshing to keep on playing Valorant, and at the same time, it's refreshing for these teams as well. I mean, every time there's a new map being released, yeah, sometimes there's that lull period of like, okay, it's new, we don't really like it. But now we're seeing changes, not just in the game, not just on like VCT Champions Tour, but also in VCT Game Changers in FSL as well. I mean, the team started off really going for. We used to see a lot of Bind. This time, Bind is like almost played. It's like a C tier map at this point.
Nobody likes Bind anymore.
Nobody likes Bind anymore. Icebox has taken that spot.
Okay, look, I'm gonna tell you how bad Bind is. Like when considered by these teams, it's not something to ban because no team wants to pick it. So it normally goes to map
it's
number
so
5,
bad
which
that you don't even have to ban.
You don't have to ban it, and nobody wants to pick it. It's I don't like saying this, but it's pretty much like when people are picking groups in physical education class, and there's last person, the one kid that doesn't get picked.
Like
that's Bind right now.
Oh wait, that's spoilers. But in Squid Game,
no.
But yeah,
no.
Okay. Yeah,
right,
there's that one map, but it can also be that kind of sleeper map that you don't pick it, right? But then
but you're ready.
I know that's exactly it.
It used to be Galaxy Racer and Oasis loving that map.
Yes,
but
much.
let's just show both teams right now because we haven't really run through the players. I just want to run through them again. We did show them in the earlier panel, but between Asteria and Mad Army, of course, Asteria, Shrey, Muffin, Loop, Britzy, Casper, Meow 16K. These are your starting 5. Jelly as the sub as well. We've seen Meow 16K really be, I think, the catalyst in what's making Asteria perform really well.
Muffin Loop. But yeah. It's truly an incredible roster because they kind of balance each other out. But here it comes, it's Mad Army, and they've got their own interesting spices as well. I mean, we got Muffin with a Y, no Loop, and then we've got Anko followed by Ginny, Nongploy, and Baby TZ, who was topping the scoreboard as a Cypher on their previous game.
Yeah, she dropped 35 on that Cypher. Absolutely amazing. And they are really good players as well, so it's going to be really scary. And I really want to see we're starting to see teams develop their own playstyles, right? And it can, just because a team has a specific is good against one team, they might not be good against another, and the playstyles might clash as well. So we're gonna have to see whose style prevails in this best of 5.
Right, because it's Valorant. It's not like in competitions like these. It's the power rankings aren't exactly, 100% clear. You're
Yeah.
not going to have just Sentinels at the top all the time just because they beat a team like, I don't know, G2 once doesn't mean they're going to be able to beat them all the time. And that's why Asteria versus Mad Army, yeah, we see Asteria performing really well against Como Heavy Hearts. We see Mad Army, managing to win when it seems almost unwinnable against a team like Vitality Estelle, who, by the way, have improved by leaps and bounds since the first FSL as well. When it comes to the game and they're playing against each other, anything can happen. So it really comes down to how they play, how they're feeling on the day itself, because sometimes you have off days. It happens.
Yeah, and what I would really want to bring up here is like you keep talking about teams improving, and I think that's what you really want to see. That's what FSL is about. That's what VCT Game Changers is all about. Seeing these teams improve, giving them a platform to really up their skills, showcase what they're made of. We're seeing teams improve. The scariest one is Alter Ego Celeste, of course. We did not just see them stay on top, which is the hardest thing to do, by the way. But they've also gotten stronger and stronger each time. And now that some teams have had the chance to retool for a wild card, I think that's also something interesting, because FSL Elite is going to be a mixed bag yet again. I mean, some of the teams have gotten better. I believe Nigma Galaxy also have switched some players out, and every single team is just improving in their own way. Agent selections, map picks, those are all, throw that all out the window when it comes to Elite, because every team is going to be ready.
It's a non-stop, constant innovation from every single player, not just from the current teams that we have right now, but also the teams who basically have already secured their spots in FSL Elite. And those girls are already up there. They're probably watching the game. If not right now, they're probably going to study them at some point, and that's what kind of scares me, because Alter Ego Celeste, they're that team that can always change things up. I mean, we just saw in FSL Open 6, they had a crazy, triple Sentinel lineup. Even couldn't care less, a team that just played yesterday, also trying interesting things. No duelists. You got Sentinels, you got Initiators, you got a controller, and that's about it. And it's something that keeps the game fresh. It's always fun to watch, but for Mad Army, just because I haven't really seen them, again, I going through their roster, they're made of like all these different Thai players, all these different girls who used to be from different teams, and now they have a new player in the roster as well, Ginny. I'm not sure if she's the IGL, perhaps she is, maybe one of the admins can confirm it for me, but I still remember players like Muffin, players like Anko. Muffin often kind of supporting the team with her own maybe initiator setups and whatnot, but I remember you would have games where Anko as Arena often leaves her team and goes on her own journey, being like this really deep lurker that can surprise players. It's a give or take thing. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, and we'll really have to see, because the teams are getting ready. I believe they are ready,
Oh.
and we are going into map number 1, Agent Select. Thanks
go.
for staying with us, guys. We are finally getting through this map 1. Power outage issues be gone. They will overcome. And which team will overcome between these two, we'll have to see.
We will have to see. Of course, it does seem like Asteria are playing with their substitute, Jelly. She's coming in for the game for now. And on the other side, I mean, what are we thinking? Is this going to be in sort of a standard agent composition? I mean, Omen has already been locked in. We got Astra on the other side.
Hey, we actually have Jelly in for Asteria. So was it... I'm not sure if it was Meow. Was it Meow that had
Yeah, I
issues?
think it was Meow. Maybe, yeah, Meow with the power outage, and Jelly's going to be the substitute. So slightly different, right? Because normally Meow would be the duelist player. This time Jelly going in for Sage. So double Sentinels, but on a map like Ascent, maybe you're starting on attack, but defensive side should be strong.
Hey, it's the vanilla lineup from Mad Army that
Yeah.
I mentioned. Omen, Sova, Killjoy, +2.
Who knows?
I mean,
Retro.
it could still work.
We're going retro.
Yeah. For Asira's side though, that's a lot of the explosiveness out. I mean, I didn't mean that pun to be honest, but Meow 16K, the way she played with Shrey on the Phoenix was absolutely amazing, and now they have to play a little bit differently. They don't have Raze plus Phoenix anymore. I think that they didn't pick the Phoenix because they didn't have the Raze anymore as well. That's why they have the Reyna so that she can top herself up basically when she gets damaged.
True that, indeed. But from the other side, I mean, it might be that sort of classic standard year one Valorant agent composition, but it could work out beautifully against Asteria as well. It just comes down to how they play. I mean, I could just picture interesting setups of, the Astra can help them stall. They do have a Killjoy, they do have a Sage, but they are starting out on attack. It might be difficult for Asteria to actually find their way onto sites right now.
Yeah, I mean, with only the Reyna Lear, it does seem pretty difficult, and the shutting attack. But we've seen their firepower. The lack of a Raze or a Jet won't really stop them coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And I find it interesting. Shrey was at least I thought, was the perennial duelist, but now she's actually in the flex role. If you noticed, she played Viper on Split in the earlier series. Now she's on the Killjoy. She even played the Phoenix on Ascent as well. So Shrey is really embracing her role
Versatile.
as super flex.
Super flex. Now on the Killjoy, though, but she is anchoring down on the B site. Meanwhile, no, wait, no, she's moving towards the B site. Meanwhile, the rest of the squad are up towards top mid. They're not really doing much for the time being, but interestingly enough, we have Nongploy, the Omen, just breaking off the door.
Yeah, some teams like breaking the door just so it's not an issue for a retake. Like you can give them the site and then go for a retake without having to destroy the door. And it can be. It really depends how your team plays. So we're seeing how Mad Army plays right now. 3 on defense on A, really going for the retake. They're playing a backwards position. They're not up front, and they're just waiting for information. And they'd like to go for the retake instead.
And I think that's probably what they want to do. If they can pick off a couple of
What?
players just like that, maybe allow them to stream in at this point and then go in for the retakes where they have the numbers advantage. This could work out beautifully for Mad Army, but it's not even necessary because Anko's landing all her shots. That's a double headshot. And then the third to follow it up. Oh my god. Casper trying to stay alive, trying to get across safely now, but she's going to be met with a bit of resistance. Thankfully manages to get away and escapes barely with her life and the spike. Right now, it's up to Shrey Uwu to kind of hold the line while she makes her way down onto the B side, but not suspecting Akko will be able to catch her square in the face. So it's Casper against the world right now, Marquis.
Yeah, look, Anko is definitely heating up, and look at this. Gonna be a 4K for her to start this match. And Anko, look, I'm gonna say this, like they're not tired, they're warmed up.
They are so warmed up. I mean, they just came off of playing a 16-14 game, and right now she's just popping off. I mean, there might have been a bit of a break in between the games, but I'm pretty sure she's warming up the entire time. And with all that cash, she's got 2 points away from her ultimate, and she's got it up for that full Spectre Heavy Shields buy. The rest of the team, Nongploy with a Guardian now. Round 2 Guardian? Round 2 Guardian?
I mean, she's playing mid. I think that's okay. And Anko, oh no, she bites off more than she could chew. Drops the Spectre, only gets 1. Casper gets taken up by Muffin, though. The rest of the team should be funneling in soon. Shrey gets taken up by Muffin as well, who's already really low. Nongploy with that gun. Oh, Muffin! I don't need a gun. I just need a ghost. I'm good.
Yeah, who needs specters when you have a ghost and you're that sharp? Every single one of their shots coming in from A heaven right now has been so crisp. It's basically a sniper's nest at that point. If Asteria wants to break through A main, they're gonna need a little bit more because the current smokes and everything that they're throwing at them is just not working out. I mean, that round, the best that they could have hoped for was perhaps a spike plant, but they didn't even get close to that. So round number 3, and they have the full buy. How are they going to make this one count?
Yeah, they're gonna need to really figure out how to get into the site because they don't have the Sky, they don't have the Phoenix that they did in the earlier series. So Mad Army are really playing this well. I mean, besides that second round death from Anko, I think she really bit off more than she could chew there. I think she wanted to go for kill plus dismiss, but she immediately got traded. I think that they're playing really well in the defense, but we'll have to see this round number 3 because they're going to be up against Vandals now.
But still, after those 2 losses, it really seems like Asteria are respecting the Mad Army. They've slowed down the pace a lot. We're down to the minute, and they're still just slowly creeping up. I think that's the Killjoy. She hears the owl drone, so right now just trying to check in case any player pushes up front, and that could be Ginny. But of course, we do have the Killjoy hiding over by the Cubby. Might be going in for a bit of a double peek right now, and that's going to be Baby Teasy taking Stray Uwu away from the roster. Gets the weapon upgrade as well, and this could be dangerous for Asteria. They're trying to push past Market, but they still got to worry about B main. They still got to worry about the rotates coming in from spawn.
Yeah, Anko gets a kill as well, so gets a Sage on the flank, and now they're gonna have trouble having to get into this B site because they're gonna have to play up close against those Spectres. And there's Ginny and Muffin with a kill as well, and they only lose 1 in their bonus round. That's 4 upgrades for them.
It's amazing stuff. I mean, perfect setups from Mad Army. I'm not sure, but the way that they were positioning themselves, it's purposefully somewhat forward, up in front, hiding over by a spot like logs. Meanwhile, you have players rotating, coming in from spawn, making use of a bit of extra mobility. Muffin with the jet hovering around just to get extra information. They were able to play off of each other's contact, and Ginny, of course, hiding over by logs, was able to get the flicks like 180 back and forth to nail down the Asteria player. So now, with the bonus round, they got the economy, they got the guns. Can they have the marksmanship to stop this push from coming in? Anko this time around getting the dismiss away, and then Muffin coming into support with that one cloudburst. It stopped the aggression from Asteria.
That's exactly how you need to play right now, with a teammate and being able to get that assist kill. Switches to the Spectre.
Way.
Look at this weapon mastery. Anko is on a tear. A side is A for Anko right now, and there's no way they're going in. Muffin gets the final kill. Look, just Muffin and Anko trade like the 1-2 punch there in that defense. She dismisses into the support of Muffin in A side, and I think that's really the perfect way to play, because as soon as she dismisses, she got damage done onto the Killjoy, tops herself up, and is able to get another kill with this. Look at the Spectre switch. Extremely heads-up play from Anko. And then, wow, Mad Army look really good right now.
It's perfect. It's almost flawless. I mean, Muffin right now, she's kind of being that roaming agent somewhat towards mid. If she needs to, she can quickly head up towards A. And the way that they were playing with Anko on the side itself is incredible stuff. But this time around, they're switching things up. If you're Asteria, you're not quite sure if you want to head back in towards A main. But if you do, you'll see that it's kind of clear, with the exception of Anko. Instead of hiding up front, she's all the way at the back of heaven. In fact, she's up by that one little corner on the right.
Yeah, and I thought they'd be discouraged from going to A side yet again, but seems like they might just try once more.
At the very least, Jelly in towards Garden at this point might be able to meet Nongploy, but it's a tough angle unless she pre-aims it, unless she gets some sort of assistance from her teammates. It might not be easy, but she saw the dark cover coming out. She knows that Nongploy is hiding over on the right corner, well, on the left side. So maybe just a little bit of a timing peak. At the same time, you got Muffin watching from glass. It's just a very, very precarious spot for Asteria to be in, but they really want to get the A site at this point. 30 seconds remaining, and they have to go in now.
They're really positioned for the trades, and I think that's really good. But let's see if Jelly can actually catch Nongploy here. She's not actually peeking it. Anko, again, the A side anchor, gets one, uses his miss to get away. 1-for-1 right now. Muffin got taken out. Baby TZ gets a kill of her own. Muffin Luke takes Anko down with a quick headshot. Jelly finally gets Nongploy, but Ginny is here. But she gets taken down, and finally, Asteria get around on the board.
Incredible. Like you said, they were positioned for the trades, but this time it's going to be Asteria with the numbers just coming in all together at once. The catalyst, of course, starting from the A main side. And then you got someone like Jelly, who was just so disciplined, hiding over by Garden the entire time. They did not know that she was there, and by the time they figured it out, maybe it was a little bit too late.
Yeah, like at that point, I think that they probably played too far back they lost too much control. I mean, it seemed like they wanted to go for the retake, but I think they just really didn't check their corners there. If no employee was able to take Jelly out there, I think it would have been a totally different round.
Very possibly, but right now, Alt Orb being retrieved by Asteria's players. They hear the gunshots as well, so rotations coming in towards the A site. Meanwhile, you have Ginny as well as the Killjoy still on B. So it just comes down to how Asteria is playing this. But right now, the way that they're doing this, they're waiting for that one opportune moment, and then they go in together as a squad. The only difference is that this time around, maybe it's an all-out hit from A main. No one's coming in to support from Garden, from A short.
Yeah, Anko is playing really far back this time around. I guess it's because she doesn't have big guns against smaller buy, and I think she's just playing it safe for the retakes. But it seems like Mad Army are going to have a wrong read here. Muffin is all the way onto B already.
Oh,
There's the
no.
lockdown being committed. It's not going to be a fake though, so it's going to be a full commit. Let's see if Anko can get a kill or two before she gets taken out. She just does get taken out, but Muffin with the updraft Blade Storm takes Jelly down. It's a 1-for-1 right now, and it's gonna be a difficult retake with all the smokes right now. Empress is also popped for Asteria. That's gonna be Muffin loop on that Empress.
Yeesh. Oh no, and it's the turret as well. Muffin trying to find the hits at this point, but it's going to be difficult. Straywu will slap her down. And now it's up to the rest of the team as they try to stream in. They don't check the corner though, and then Muffin Loop is going to capitalize off that. Gets the first, not the second. And Nongploy has to do something. Unfortunately, she falls to Casper. So now it's the cosmic divide that divides Baby TZ from her objective. Unable to get on the site. The bomb is still taken away, and at this point I don't think she has enough time anymore. She's stuck, she's pinned down. Maybe take a couple of players down with her. She's good for one, but that's about it. So Asteria coming in with these executes towards the late sides of the the late sides of the round. They're actually able to make it work. A little bit costly though, perhaps.
Yeah, it's quite costly, but Mad Army have built up quite an economy coming into this round because of the 4 straight wins. And don't forget that the fact that in the bonus round 4 of them lived and upgraded, that just really makes sure that they have enough cash up until now. Muffin on that operator again. Misses the shot onto Jelly, jiggles a little bit. There's the fake smoke. Finally takes Jelly down, who was greedy to double peek the op. I don't know who was greedier, Muffin or Jelly at that point. But Muffin takes another one. This operator is posing to be a very big problem for Asteria. Oop, Muffin spots one, does not get the flick. Muffin loop with a quick headshot into Muffin. Amazing play from her, but Anko is gonna be here, the A anchor. Wait, is that why her name's Anko?
Anko the anchor?
Yeah?
Maybe. She has been securing this A site the entire game right now. Still, Muffin Loop wants to break past it. Reina versus Reina. This time it's Anko who wins yet again. And of course, securing the 5th win for Mad Army.
Yep, and Anko already 13 frags on the board. That's just really crazy. The total frags on Asteria's side is 14, and Anko has 13 by herself.
She's been sharp the entire game, starting things off on the pistol, now on with the Vandals as well, hitting hit shots all the time. At the same time, I mean, it really was Muffin who got the impact frags of that entire round. At first starting off from the A-sharp position and then moving back in towards A. She might have fallen, but the damage was done. There's 2 players that she took down with her. This time, though, I don't know, maybe a bit of a wrong gamble. They tried to stack up on B, but as soon as they saw that, hey, not a single player from Asteria are in towards B main. They're all on A. Let's rotate back. By this time, it's up to Anko to stop this. She tries to spray. She gets the 3rd, and then Nongploy comes in with the double to help her out.
I think she was really feeling that spray down. She could have easily dismissed there, but after the first one, she actually held a spray to kill 2 more. Eventually, she got taken down, though, but, you know, Anko really gets that anchor there. Doesn't even let them plant. And no, Anko, let Ginny buy for you, please. 8.2k on shit. She's rich.
Of all things,
I need to grade teams according to their economical decisions. I'll probably need a power ranking for that.
I just want to get a replay. that no was the most genuine I've ever heard. She's still holding on to those 8,200 credits though, so I'm on your side. But still, Anko is good for a little bit. No, not this time. She gets faced with Casper's Vandal, and now that the A side is weakened, this could be Asteria's round.
Yeah, I think this is probably going to be difficult for Med Army. But, you know, they've all been playing really well. Muffin has also been sharp, so I won't discount them just yet.
Definitely not. It's still early. But looking at how Asteria are playing, it's very slow. It's very careful, very considerate of how they're actually going to hit a site. Not trying to commit too early, and this is where they'll start to pop things off. They spot one player out, they take him down, and that turns things into a 5v3. So now with the numbers advantage, even getting Muffin as she updrafts away. Oh my god, Muffin, what are you on? This is tough days for Mad Army. Losing yet another player. It's all up to Nongploy. She tries to spot them out, she tries to spray them down, but Shrey Uwu will hunt her down right at point blank range.
I think this is where Asteria might be finding a break, right? Like, that was a buy round, and it's a buy round. But the thing about Med Army is the economy that they built is still really huge. They can still buy full buy ops. Oh, that. Oh, wait. Oh my god.
Like,
that was the last possible moment. Look at where the orb is. That means she got killed as she was dropping.
As she was dropping. Plus the recall control on that. I mean, that wasn't like it tapping towards the head. You have to spray in towards the headshot. It's incredible stuff. But back into the next round now. Muffin still on the operator. It's not going to be that easy for Asteria, but as they blind spray past it, they will be able to take a player down over by bottom mid. So again, opening pick for Asteria this time around, and they're still taking things slow. Oh, the timing on towards Muffin. This could be devastating. Comes back around for the peek. I think she saw the barrel, senses danger. Cloud bursts right under her feet, and Nongploy is here to back her up. Muffin Loop still wants to kind of commit onto it. In fact, she will just back up, take Baby TZ down to make it a trade for her team.
Yeah, it's Asteria. I think they're finally finding their stride here. They know the weak points already. They understand the defense of Med Army, and they know that as long as they avoid Anko, it's gonna be pretty good. Okay, great dismiss there from Muffin Loop. But Ginny takes one. Muffin Loop is starting to make it a difficult round for Med Army. She's gonna get knifed here. Yep, Red Sea takes Ginny down with a knife. And Asteria, that's they found something. You know, like you feel something clicked, and they now know what to do against Mad Army.
That's exactly it. I mean, they found the answer. They found the Blue's clue. They were able. I mean, the knife kill is, you know, a little disgusting, right? But they really figured it out. I mean, earlier on, they started the game consistently trying to head towards A main, and that's where sometimes they would, you know, maybe get Anko down, but sometimes Anko would destroy them. Instead, the previous rounds, they went in towards mid, and once they were able to isolate Muffin and take down the operator, it's a lot better for them. Muffin on the operator is not here to support Anko, but this time around, using Muffin as bait, Anko's going to swing out, take the double, and of course pick up the overheal. So numbers advantage back towards Mad Army. What are Asteria going to do now that they're down to 2 players?
They still have the res, so they can make it 3v4, but their teammates died in both A and B lobbies, so it's going to be quite difficult to get a safe res. They need to take care of Anko first. Once they do that, it's going to be a res, and it's 3v3. That's probably their only play. But, you know, Anko has support right now, and it's going to be very difficult to take down his A anchor.
So it comes down to a bit of this timed peek. Anko getting a bit inquisitive, will get shut down by Jelly. So Nongploy is kind of alone here. And of course, if she loses her positioning, Jelly could go in for a res and then completely turn things around for Asteria. They're going in with a Lear push now, sensing that Nongploy is up from the back. They anticipated and just completely shut her down. Hunter's Fury instantly there to reply though, and Ginny's able to take one down to support her teammate. Back into an even fight at this point. And Baby TZ's the first one to arrive on the scene.
Oh, Jelly's gonna be locked
down. But Casper's not locked down. And that could have turned things around. Ginny's going to make things even again. But she knows where Casper is, and Casper's down really low. One bullet, and that's it.
Oh, she's not biting on the fake. No shock darts as well for Ginny, so she can't take this low player out. And I think that this might... Okay, she does...
No!
Wait! No!
Ginny!
There was no time for her to go all the way around. Like, you'd hear the running cue, in fact.
Yeah, you would have been close enough. And that's... me overthinking, I guess. A little bit.
Definitely overthinking there.
Oh my god, that is so unfortunate, so unlucky. Kind of had the right guess at the first try, but because she didn't get anything, she just kind of overthought herself, and Casper came out victorious, coming in from A main, able to get the spray.
Yeah,
so
it's real heartbreaker there. I thought she would have had a clutch. There's 20 HP left on the Astra. And Asteria are climbing back up. They can make it even coming to the second half.
possible, but here we go. Last round of the first half, and Muffin has the knives, goes in for the first, runs out for the second, and switches back to her Guardian. Cloudburst into safety, she will go. And for now, it's a bit of a standoff between Asteria and Mad Army up over by mid. She will pick up the weapon, though, so that is a little bit of extra firepower.
Let's see if they can secure this lead. Oh, Ginny! With the spot and the wall bang. Amazing play. That is how you play Sova. Casper gets one, but that gets immediately traded by Anko. Last two players remaining on Asteria. They are playing both on short 4v2 right now, so it's going to be very difficult for them.
If you were Jelly over by mid, you'd be so mad. She thought she was safe up over by that boosted wall. But Ginny's just a little bit smarter. Now Nongfloy up over by glass, spots the player, gets the dig. She will be able to take one down with her. And that puts Shrey against three remaining players from Mad Army. Tries to back around the side, but doesn't expect Baby TZ to be hiding over by defender spawn. So at the end of the first half, it's Mad Army with an advantage of 2.
Yeah, and honestly, I like Asteria's lineup on defense a bit more because they have 2 Sentinels, so they might perform better here. But at the same time, Mad Army also have the Jet, which is better for getting to the site first. So it really boils down to the strategies and the executes here. Anko, though, 19 kills already on the board. That's absolutely amazing play from her.
I mean, she's been starting things off this way since the pistol. Sometimes a little bit tough anchoring down the A site, but she's still able to, get a couple of trades, and it really helps her out when she has a player like Muffin to back her up. So I think if they have the executes, oh, actually, that's not what they're going to do, because Anko is always trying to go for her own little lurking journey. Meanwhile, the rest of the squad in towards maybe B lobby, B main right now. Meanwhile, Anko just up over by top mid. But looking at how Asteria's players are positioned, they're very defensive. It's a little bit different from what we saw against Komorebi Hearts.
Yeah, they're respecting definitely Mad Army. They are on the back foot right now, so they can't afford to get punished for just random acts of aggression. Jelly with a quick wall immediately gets taken down. Britzy is going to be here to support her. And Mad Army are thinking twice about going to this B side.
Still, though, the panel has been broken, and Muffin is getting a little bit curious. Goes back in for a little bit of a peek, spots one player up, but sustains damage instead. Still, though, the sonars is going to give them a lot of information. And finally, the Nanoswarm to push them back a little bit further, hold it off. And Anko, the lurks will come into full effect. She takes one player down. And of course, the advantage goes over to Mad Army. Spike getting planted as well.
Yeah, and Anko got lucky with the timing there. Shrey just looked away as she peeked out. And she takes Muffin Loop down as well as she crosses into Market. And okay, she's not ready for this. Casper is going to take Anko down. Still down to 2v4 though. Mad Army have set up their defenses. There's 4 players. Casper gets taken down. Nomploy also takes Britzy down. And it's going to be 8-5. Mad Army take the pistol round.
I love this. I love this play from Mad Army. I mean, that's their strategy. They always have Anko doing her own thing. She made the entirety of mid her area of operation, and that means when she has that observational post set up, if you try to rotate around from, say, a spot like A short, you could get taken down. And after that, because she's still hovering over mid, if you try to walk in towards market, you get cut off. And that just either stalls the retake for as long as possible, or it just makes things even tougher. And right now, it's Asteria going for a bit of a gamble on the A side. They've completely stacked up on the opposite side of the map. Muffin goes in, calls the entire site clear. It's like, hello, is anyone home? No, okay, I'm just gonna jump around on all your beds because I'm Goldilocks and this is my house now.
Yeah, they're just definitely taking over here. Goldilocks is gonna plant the spike, and you know, Asteria would have been a good gamble if they went to A, but of course, it's a 50-50. It's an eco for them. It's gonna be okay. Shrado takes Muffin down. Anko gets one. Immediately swings to the defender spawn. Gets to immediately overheals. It's all up to Muffin Loop. A classic and a dream. 1v4.
Is it gonna be classic? Is it gonna be classic? It's gonna be Anko's classic.
It's an Anko classic instead. Man, you know, I like and dislike the classic. I like it when I classic someone, and I dislike it when I get classic. So, again, you know, Anko, 24 kills, double Muffin's kills, and double even the top fragger on Asteria's kills.
She's feeling herself. I mean, if you watch how she's playing right now, the way that she's just going in with a Spectre run and gun, going in and out of the site, even jumping out of market, just making it a little bit tougher for Asteria to get the tracking with the pistol headshots. It's stuff that you would have to do. But coming into this next round now, it's a bonus. Can Mad Army continue on with this? Because they might have a little bit of firepower, but Asteria have the full buy. The wall comes up. Oh no, it actually became a boost for Baby TZ. Oh, Jelly was not expecting that at all. They get the site now, but Britzy says no. I mean, Casper, she's going to stop it for just another second. So down to 2 players. They might be on the site itself, but can they fend off the remaining forces of Asteria?
Yeah, this is a bonus round for them, and they do have one upgraded gun, the Guardian, with a Spectre. Seems to be very difficult though. Baby TZ forced into a bad position, takes one down, does not get a second tray, gets that kill. Nomblade, only one left, does not get the headshots with the Guardian, unfortunately. And Asteria get around. I mean, they secure their buy round.
They get their buy round, and of course that puts them in a better position for this second half. It's starting to work out. Maybe it's because of the firepower, but we're seeing that, you know, when they try to go in, if Asteria are there to actually anchor down the sides and make the trades favorable for their team, then it works out beautifully. I mean, even with that really just, I guess, lucky positioning and timing for Baby TC to be in that spot for that wall boost, she might have gotten the player down, but her teammates kind of fell as soon as they streamed onto site, so it put them in a tougher spot. And of course, non-employed with the Guardian, it's a little bit tough to hit with that weapon. So back into 2 full buys at this point. It's gonna be Baby TC to take down the player over by A short. No more marshalling for Jelly.
Yeah, the Marshal has been marshaled, and Asteria taking Baby TZ down. And Muffin is also really low right now. Ginny is gonna take Casper down though. Don't play. Uses a Shrouded Step to get across. Good read from Med Army right now. That A should be pretty clear, but Anko gets taken down by Muffin Loop. 2 players in Med Army not healthy anymore, and Ginny probably wants to go for at least 1 pick here before getting traded off. But Britzy, if she's ready for this, is she ready for this? Yes, she's ready for this. Britzy gonna take down Ginny. Muffin only 10 HP remaining, and they're gonna have to defend the site with a very, very limping Jet and a full HP Omen. Oh, there's a recon coming in. Non-play takes Muffin Loop down. Muffin is good for the kill. Shrey gets taken down. It's all down to Britzy. They know where she is. Non-play might be over peeking. Okay, she gets the kill. Britzy took Muffin down first though before dying, but Mad Army are in double digits.
Double digits, a little bit of an expensive round for both sides, but it's one that hurts Asteria even further because take a look at their economy right now. They're being forced to save, or if not, maybe somewhat of a half, and it still doesn't give them the best chances at winning this round. So it's a very potential Mad Army getting to match point first.
Yeah, and you know who's really mad in Mad Army? Anko. She's really playing out of her mind right now. This look, I mean, okay, there you go.
Okay.
Headshot onto Shrey. She's really feeling herself, right? I mean, she didn't have to peek that 1v2. She just held her ground and then just shot down.
Give Anko the aim tools. She's gonna get them.
Ooh.
But Jelly, okay. A little bit of a strafe shot with the Sheriff. She's going to take Baby TZ down, and right now it's Muffin deep behind enemy lines, in towards Market with the knife. She runs out of him, though, but in towards this spot. She's basically distracted 2 players off from the objective. Casper might be able to take her down, but position has been given up, and Ginny's going to go hunting.
Yes, Mad Army is starting to look really good for them right now. 11-6, pretty good economy behind them. Asteria, they can full buy this round. They have the operator. Muffin Loop buys an op plus an extra rifle for our buddies. That's why she's with the light armor. Let's see if they can hold this down with this operator, especially.
They need to hold it down, though. That's the thing. If they don't, match point, no money for the next round, and it's as good as calling it GG for Mad Army. It's not going to be easy to fight after all. So Anko again getting very aggressive, but somehow with the white peak, it just narrowly dodges Muffin Loop's op shot. And she's still aggressively walking down catwalk. What is this? Oh my god. Gets spotted out by the Owl drone, but okay, now she senses danger and she's going to back off. The wall is good enough to hold them back a little bit further. It allows for Jelly to pick up yet another kill. And right now, with the lockdown, they want to go in, but can they though? What? She's stuck from the shadows. She's taking Jelly down. What?
It should not have happened at all. Jelly knew she was coming, but I think she was a bit overwhelmed by everything that was going on. Mad Army though is still at a disadvantage. They're still the operator that they haven't dealt with. But they do have great positions right now, and there's the lockdown being committed on the defender side. Nullploy though takes Muffin Loop down. Quick headshot there from her. Casper gets one though, and it's gonna be down to Baby TZ. She's gonna get stuck here. Another night kill. Oh, she's in the smoke. They know.
Okay, a little bit of teamwork and a retake execution from Asteria. They came in from Heaven. They came in from Garden. And I think Mad Army was just a little bit too frazzled, a little bit distracted. They had all that utility coming into play, the lockdown, the From the Shadows. They managed to take control of the site and get the spike down, but holding it post-plant when the site just isn't quite fully secure and you got Asteria already rotating that fast, it can be a little bit difficult to defend after that.
Yeah, now I think Ginny could easily buy light armor and buy a gun for Muffin, but I guess they're not electing to do that. I mean, it's also fine because as long as your jet picks up a gun from someone else, that could also work out.
It could. The question remains, what's the answer for Mad Army at this point? Because Muffin Loop is on a journey. She's got the operator and she's rotating all over the map. Earlier on she was on A, this time she's on B, and she takes a player down before escaping. They might have kind of secured bottom mid and towards Pizza, but I don't think they're gonna be able to find anything in this spot.
Yeah,
Pushing
because
into
you're
a
at a numbers
spawn.
disadvantage. It's gonna be difficult. And if Muffin,
Wait, what? Alright,
Muffin's good for the one tap though, so this is exactly what they need. Unfortunately for her, she's not able to pick up a gun, so she's gonna need to crawl back to her teammate's gun. And Ginny supporting her teammate there. Muffin gets taken down really low though, and Jelly is able to rest Britzy, so at least they even things out.
Little bit even. But right now, the one that has to stop them from streaming on the side is Stray Ubu, and she will do it with a double spray. 2 headshots back to back. Spike carrier dropped as well. Muffin all the way behind defender spawn. I don't think she knows that Muffin Loop is right behind her. Now she gets caught with her hand in the cookie jar. Baby TZ though, all the way from A main. They kind of know where she is as well. Maybe just hold on to your Phantom at this point.
She even sprayed the wall. He's taunting them a little bit. Gets recon bolted though, and they're on a hunt.
Chase me. Give me the frags.
Oh.
Oh my god. I actually jumped. That was so scary.
Muffin Loop wanted to save the gun there because if she actually dies there, if she fails the op shot, they lose the op because no one's there to pick it up. Shrey with the great Shrey down here, just shredded
Nice.
2 players from Med Army, and hey, Asteria are actually climbing back here. You can see they found a stride, and Med Army, they're gonna need to play a lot cleaner on their executes to actually get into the side.
Way cleaner. They're looking a little bit. I mean, aside from that earlier round where they had Anko lurking over by mid, now their executes are starting to fall apart. They're getting a little bit maybe overcommitted into its site, and then at this point in this round, they just want to get the spike down to get that extra economy boost. It's not going to be easy though. Utility plus Britzy are going to take down 2 players. Muffin, okay, still with the Sheriff, ever deadly. Gets 1, but not the second. Casper will shut that down now, so no weapon for you. With the spike down on the ground, is Ginny going to be able to stop the rest of them from coming in?
Casper wanted to get into astral form.
Yikes. Can't do that out in the open.
I guess she thought she was safe, but Jelly with a quick 1-tap on Ginny non-ploy takes Britzy down though. Also is able to take Jelly down to a 1v1 right now. Muffin Loop. Is she gonna stick this? Oh,
No
she
way.
does the half. Jiggle peek. Great jiggle peek.
Oh god.
Non-ploy. Oh no!
Oh.
Jiggle peeked a bit too wide there, non-ploy. Bit overly ambitious there. Muffin Loop with a great play.
That kind of came down to like a little bit of angles because
Exactly.
was it? Yeah, Muffalo could have like stepped out over to the side just to get a better angle of where Nongploy was jumping from. So
yeah, no, she stepped towards catwalk, and that allows you a bigger angle.
Yes.
Nongploy wasn't ready for that angle switch. That's why it
That's
looked
right.
extremely wide. But to Nongploy's point of view, where Muffin Loop actually was, it was a very tight jump.
She thought she was still behind the Radiant crate.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things, and this is where I'm saying, oh god, it's. I mean, Asteria feeling a little bit more confident as well right now. They're making some plays with the Sage Wall boosts and whatnot. But once they get that bit of information, look at it. They're stacking up on the A site. You got the Silva player somewhere in towards stairs at this point, and she can rotate easily if she needs to. At the same time, you got the Killjoy calling B main clear. They know exactly where the Mad Army players are. It's just a matter of time at this point. But Hunter's Fury will make things a lot more difficult. They're trying to stream in at this point. Baby TC getting the entries at right now. They're pushing past A main. All they got to worry about at this point is Garden. With how does this actually happen?
Now there's a Hunter's Fury also being committed. It's gonna miss 1.
Uh-oh.
Misses the 2nd as well. She's not getting pushed yet though, so she's gonna be fine. So I think if she actually got Baby TZ, it would have been great. Alarm bot spots the flank out, so they know where both enemies are. Baby TZ gets spotted by the drone. The recon bolt is coming in as well. And there's a lockdown being committed. They do want to secure this round. Med Army, they want to stop the bleeding. They're shooting. Oh, Baby TZ, unlucky swing there. Swings as the lockdown is being shot, and Ginny takes Britzy down, all up to Shrey, who gets taken up by Nongploy, and Mad Army are in match point.
Mad Army. I'm a little bit confused because they managed to make that execute work when it comes down to it, and they have it well timed. They coordinate their abilities, the leers, the dashing in. Once all that comes into play, and they manage to make Asteria's anchors on the A site feel as uncomfortable as possible, they're able to take the site down. Even with the information that Asteria gathered. I mean, you had the wall boost. You had Shrey Uwu pushing in towards B main to call it clear. They knew where the Mad Army players were, but they were unable to respond well enough. So it's incredible stuff from Mad Army. If they can keep up this momentum, to keep up this pace of going in hard and heavy, Asteria might just be the loser of this first map.
Yeah, if Mad Army can keep this up, I think they can pretty much secure match point. Muffin, deadly with the knife. Finally, we put an end to which Muffin is superior as the knife gets into Muffin Loop's head. Ginny also takes Shrey down. Now it's a 3v5 retake. Anko makes it a 2v5. And for Asteria, they don't even have the rest here. They're gonna have to pull off a miracle.
Ooh. No Raz, no nothing, but Jelly at the very least will be able to get 1 kill. Cosmic Divide is available as well, but I don't think it's going to be enough for this situation. They got way too many duels to work around. And how would you split a site like this at this point? You got about 30 seconds remaining. Casper's evening up the odds, but not expecting Ginny to be hiding over by logs, plus Nongploy all the way at the back of Boathouse. They will be able to secure those duels, and the first map win goes to Mad Army, 13-9. Almost came close. Asteria almost coming in with the comebacks, but yeah, I mean, with a end of the first half at 7-5, it's just a little bit difficult.
Yeah, and Anko also on a tear. It's just really difficult when
man.
someone's popping off like that. 27-15 on Anko. And I think for the side of Asteria, they probably did not expect Meow to have the power outage, right? Like they're playing with their sixth player, not to discount Jelly, but Meow was very clearly overly aggressive duelist, and now they have a Sentinel to substitute. That changes your playstyle. It's more of the playstyle difference that I'm really getting at here. They're not able to play as aggressive as they would like, but they still kept up 13-9, even with not having one of their main players actually play. Oh look, Meow 16K has joined the party.
Yep. Maybe that'll change things for the next map. But for now, I mean, it is still incredible stuff from both sides. But of course, Mad Army just triumphant for the time being. This was Asteria's map pick, and we're moving in towards Icebox on the next. A map where maybe both sides are comfortable.
I'd say Asteria are very good at Icebox. So if they want to turn things around, they're gonna have to. I mean, it's like home court advantage, right? Map picks are sort of like home court advantage, but Icebox is also Asteria's map. So it's really hard to say where these maps are going because Mad Army and Asteria play very similar maps, I'd say. And of course, I'd just like to remind everyone, Bind is the unloved child right now.
Just to remind everyone, Bind, we don't like you.
Yeah, I mean, like, Split, bannable. Fine, who cares?
Who cares? I don't know. I'm still keeping that, just it could be the sleeper map that decides whichever team wins because maybe you don't ban it, but maybe one of these teams just happen to be better on that side if it really does go down into the fifth map. But for now, it's really tough to predict. I'm not too sure what to say about Icebox just because both sides happen to be good at this. They have similar map pools.
Yeah, and we're gonna have to see what this best of five, the rest of this best of five, can bring us after a short break because we and the players are gonna be on a short break.
And here it is. Welcome back, folks. We are with the VCT Game Changers Southeast Asia FSL Valorant Wildcard, where we have Asteria versus Mad Army duking it out against each other in this best of five to secure themselves a spot in the even bigger competition FSL Elite with a big prize pool of $25,000 US. We are your casters. Hey, I'm Quack, and with me is Key. Next map is going to be Icebox, a team that supposedly both teams are really strong on, and I have no idea how to predict this. I mean, what do you think, Marky?
I mean, it's gonna be really hard to say. There's a few changes here. Number one, this is Mad Army's map pick, right? But Asteria are also historically known to be very good at Icebox, and they're picking the defensive side. So Asteria, most of these teams tend to favor the defensive side, but we've seen both Mad Army and Asteria do pretty well on the attacking side as well. So I'm not too sure about the side selection, whether it is as important as it is in other matchups. However, one thing that the fans have been clamoring for, of course, is the Meow 16K special. So Meow 16K is going to be playing again for Asteria because she had some power outages. She needed to basically go to a different location and play from there because, of course, that takes time. That's why Jelly needed to substitute in for the first map. But yeah, Meow 16K is going to be back, and I think that may make a big difference in how Asteria play.
Certainly could, right? Because what we've seen was that Jelly tends to play that Sentinel role. Meanwhile, Meow 16K has been pretty much the dedicated duelist. So like you said earlier on, she's the overly aggressive player, and she can really be the one to open things up, especially for Asteria on their attacking side. Maybe even on defense as well, as she has that option to blast pack away or maybe even dash away if she were playing Jet. But coming onto this map, I mean, it's kind of interesting. First of all, just real quick, this picture that we've got from our, I think, VCT client or something is outdated. The Radionite crates are now impenetrable, so it's safer to plant on the B site. But aside from that, I mean, when you're going up against a team like Mad Army, it's not going to be that easy. There is a reason why they picked Icebox.
Yeah, and I mean, we've seen some teams pick Icebox and not be ready for it, so we'll really have to see whether they can execute. Because Asteria know this map like the back of their hands, and it really boils down to the execution, which we've seen in Asteria with Meow 16K. The execution is absolutely perfect. In fact, the way they executed Komarepi Hearts down to the lower bracket was a thing of beauty, and the way they play off each other is really reminiscent of the top teams in FSL.
It really is. I mean, they look so prepared when they're playing against Komarebi Hearts. All these different contingency plans, all these different strats, the way that they almost, whenever a play falls, there's almost instantly a trade. And that's something that we said before about a team like Alter Ego Celeste. But again, you know, we talk about Icebox a little bit here and there. I just want to put things in perspective real quick, because coming in from the group stages, Asteria didn't drop a single map. They were in Group A. They played against two teams. And for both games, the map was Icebox, and both times that they played, they basically steamrolled their opponents. It was 13-4, 13-5. That's how good they can be on Icebox. Was it a mistake for Mad Army to pick this map?
I'm not sure, really. Like, they have to be really ready for this. Maybe they want to get it out of the way. Maybe I mean, no, that's typically not a good strategy, especially when you're drafting maps, right? But maybe they have something. Maybe they want to break Asteria's confidence. Like, maybe that's something they really want to do in a long best of 5 series. Maybe they wanted to get into Asteria's heads, like they're getting into ours right now.
Maybe. I mean, they're definitely in my heads, because I'm like trying to think all over the place. But we did mention, like, Meow 16K, she is playing from an alternative location. I mean, it's really unfortunate when that kind of stuff happens, but, you know, it is what it is sometimes. You got to do what you can do. Do you think playing from an alternative location kind of, is it a debuff, or is it sometimes a buff? Like,
I know that some players need to have a very specific setup. Like, they need their keyboard a certain way, their mouse pad a certain way, just enough space, monitor, specific distance. Some go even the distance and in measuring how far the monitor is, right? Like, yeah, from their eyes. But some players, if they're good, right? Like, skill can transcend these as well. Like, I think Meow 16 is an absolutely amazing player, and I think that playing from a LAN shop probably might not change that. I mean, she probably brought her whole peripheral setup. Yeah, so at the very least, she's comfortable with her mouse, keyboard, and mouse pad and headset.
It's like, hey, LAN shop, I'm playing in a tournament right now. You need to give me all the privileges you can possibly get.
Clear the rooms, like the
clear
VIP
the rooms. Give me the VIP. Let me set everything up, and you just like open up your briefcase. You got like a special keyboard and mouse. Oh, I love that.
I'd imagine those gigantic cello cases or guitar cases with like slots for your mouse, keyboard, headset, and mouse pad. Like, I think that'd be amazing. You know how? Like, yeah, you just open it up and it's like gamer gear inside.
Now I want to have something like that. I
mean,
buy one of those.
You could. You just get a case. You get foam and have someone cut it out. Right, like. That's really how to go.
Smart for a keyboard. That's how you travel as a gamer. But just diving into how Asteria, the way that they play on Icebox real quick. Same-ish agent composition that we've seen so far. It's, of course, with the addition of Meow 16K right now, is the fact that she tends to play that duelist. And on Icebox, she tends to go as Jet. Of course, Muffin Loop will be there to back her up as the Reina, and then Shrey Uwu, kind of the dedicated controller, almost always Astra, Viper, something along those lines. Earlier
sometimes,
on, if I'm not wrong,
sometimes
she was
Sentinel.
Yes, sometimes she can be very versatile, and that's the funny thing. But on the other side, I mean, no discredits to Jelly or anything at all. A Sage is still a very useful pick for a map like Icebox, and
Yep.
to fill that out, I think this time it's going to be Casper because that's what they've played in the previous games. Casper will be going as Sage, and then Britzy as Sova. So that's
Yeah,
the kind of composition that they're going for.
you've seen Britzy on either Sova or KO so far. Really dedicated initiator role. I guess if someone is going to be playing the Viper, it is going to be Shrey, I suppose. She played the Viper as well in Split, while Casper played that Astra. Since Astra doesn't really do so well here, the Sage is going to be that pick. And we are going into the agent selection. I mean, we started predicting things already, but it seems like it's gonna be Meow 16 on the Jet.
Ooh, okay. Yes, Meow 16 on Jet. I'm waiting for Muffin Loop to go with Reyna. But interestingly enough, Mad Army, normally we would see non-ploy going for something like Omen. On Icebox, yeah, Viper does fit it, but I want to see how well she can actually use that agent. Because she's normally Omen. If she's going for Viper now, she should have some kind of a setup, some kind of lineup
Yeah,
in order
the
to
post
work
plant
against her.
lineups are extremely important when it comes to choosing Viper for Icebox. I mean,
Ooh.
um, like you need at least the basic A lineup. You know, the one
Hmm.
from behind belt and then throwing it into the side when where default plant is. On B, you just need to be able to aim it from boiler and then into default as well. Those are the two that I think at the very least you need to ensure that you have those post plants like two, because that post plant is extremely oppressive. I hate it. I hate the fact that it works, but it's part of the game, and if you have that,
Yes,
it will really make the enemy team have to rush you because they don't want to have to deal with that post plant.
exactly. So it's going to be a little bit difficult for the teams to defend, but they cannot afford to let them get that spike down. Of course, though, it's going to be Asteria starting on the defensive side since it was Mad Army's map pick. So I don't know how this is going to play out, but we will just have to wait and see. It is a full-on mirror matchup, Marquis. They're both using the exact same agent compositions.
Yeah, it's actually surprising because I really expected maybe a bit of variance here and there. But I guess this is pretty much the lineup for a lot of teams on this map, right? Like maybe
Viper.
potentially switch a duelist out for another sentinel is
Hmm.
what we normally see. We don't see two controllers in this map. Reyna is particularly good because she can easily dismiss out of a lot of corners. Icebox, especially on A, has a lot of corners. On B, if you play it well, you can take advantage of the corners on the planting area as well. On the other hand, the Jet is also important because you can get up to middle tube, you can get up
Hmm.
to spots on screens, get up back up to rafters without having to go through ropes. The verticality just helps a lot, and these two duelists really excel in Icebox.
Absolutely. But for the time being, it is a little bit curious. Asteria have backed off of A side almost completely, save for the toxic screen, but right now the executes are coming in. Anko's lurk this time will not be that effective, but her team is already on the A side, and the spike should be getting planted fairly soon.
Yeah, it's a 4v5, but they do have the time, I would say, positional advantage and the time advantage, but it seems like there's going to be no flanks at all. So let's see if Ginny can actually be effective here. Essentially, it's a 3v5 right now. Muffin misses the shots, does not take anyone down. Casper takes her down. Muffin Loop gets another kill as well. It's now down to a 2v5. Nomploy gets a kill of her own. Let's see if she actually has the lineups for this. I don't think she has the snake bites. Nomploy gets one, but Casper trades her immediately, and Asteria just take round number one. Amazing retake from them.
There was a Sage Wall up as well, and I think that blocked off the route for the Mad Army players to come back in to defend the spike. So, I mean, well played. I don't know if it was a little bit of a mistake from either side, but Asteria's plan worked out. There is a reason why Shreu basically let them in. She had the toxic screen, she had every single bit of utility at the ready, and then it's just a matter of taking Anko down, going in for that full 5v4. Muffin actually, I think the Jet player tried to dash away, but unfortunately, it wasn't far enough to get into safety. So it's something that really hurts them in a long process. But here we go, round number 2, and they're trying to break in with their marshals. It's not going to connect just yet, though. And with the information given away, Muffin Luke capitalizes off of it, gets a double shock dart on towards Muffin as well. 2 players remaining for Mad Army, and I don't think they're going to be able to find much.
Yeah, they're just not equipped right now for this fight. Muffin Loop,
That's
already
so
a triple
weird.
kill from her, and non flight. This is a forced buy from them though, so
Costly.
4 kill from Muffin.
You got some players on the sheriffs. Some of them had the marshals. Well, we had specters on Asteria's side, but non-ploy with the second round guardian again. Yikes! It didn't pay off, so now they're going to be forced to save yet again. But Asteria, 4 kills, like you said. She has her Empress now.
Yeah, Muffin Loop. With that Spectre against the Sheriffs though, if they can take the range fights, they might be able to get something out of this round. I've seen many teams just find holes in the defense just because they're forced to play a different style. You know, like you're playing pistols, so you're playing extremely aggressive, and it can work out against Asteria if they're not ready for this.
That is why they're just lurking in their position. Oh my gosh, Shrey, she's got the lineups. No plant coming in yet, though. So at the very least, it's going to burn time off the clock. And that allows for Casper to find one. But Muffin goes past it. She gets one as well. But it's not going to be enough. Instant replies from Asteria. Ooh, Chinny. A nice little flick, but not expecting Muffin Luke to be coming from the back. 3-0, the perfect start for Asteria. And this really shows us why they are that dominating team on this map, Icebox.
Yeah, I like how she just drops down, takes the Sheriff, and immediately gets a kill with that headshot. But hey, it's time for a buy on the side of Mad Army. But hey, look at Asteria, already operator on the hands of Meow 16k.
She even need it though, but oh, well, you gotta love this positioning. As a jet, it's that much easier for you to do it, and you get to play the sniper's nest spot. Cloudburst is gonna be a safe little moment, but she saw the head, backs it off, and calls for her team. You can see that 3 stacks are already on the A site. Alir might come in at this point, but it hasn't been easy at all for Mad Army to find their way just yet. This will definitely do it. They take the operator down, but they still got to deal with 2 more players. Muffin Loop and Britzy, they are on the site. Wall comes up, Spectre sprays go through, but it's not going to be enough. Baby TZ will answer right back at them. Tries to heal as she sees another player. Needs to dance between the walls for a second, but not enough ammo. Her teammate comes in to make a trade, though. Casper down to 9 HP, has to back off. She gets shot, and all that's left is Shrey with nothing but her Marshal.
Yeah, not the best gun, especially in a 1v3. Like, you'd have to really pull off some really crazy headshots here and take 3 1v1s. But the headshot actually goes to non-ploy instead with that Vandal. And for Mad Army, you love to see it, right? Like, Asteria get punished for buying that operator. Mad Army actually pick up the operator on their own, but you can't discount Asteria just yet. They still have the economy to buy here. That was an extended, I would say, extended bonus run for them. They love to call it because they actually won their bonus. But the operator again in the hands of Meow 16k, but Muffin has an operator of her own.
So, operators on both sides. What's going to happen here? It does seem like Meow loves to anchor down on the A site. Meanwhile, Mad Army, of course, being on the attacking side, they get that freedom to choose how they want to approach it. But that toxic screen from Shrey in towards B Garage is going to be a little bit more difficult for Mad Army to break past. They're going to have to spend some utility just to push out of that toxic screen. And spending that much utility it's gonna maybe cost them a little bit extra.
I like this much better than the horizontal screen that I've seen from a lot of other players. I think I just like to say this one really blocks all the way up to yellow.
And just because it's angled this way, like, you have to be careful if you want to peek past it. If it was the vertical one, the horizontal one, sorry, all you got to do is just walk past out of Garage, and then you can basically see what's on the other side. But this one, It's a little bit scary. Still, though, I mean, Toxic Screen can only last for so long, and I think now that it's dropped, they are pushing past it and hopefully trying to create some space on the B side. Not so easy, though. And of course, we do have the Sage lurking somewhere on the other side of Tube. But here we go. Spike getting planted now. And because the Snakebite was in the exact same lineup, it allows them to get the plant just right at the edge of it. Baby TZ with the boost up onto Tube. She's able to find one. And now they're very aware of her position and they want to deal with her, but they can't quite do it so easily. It's going to be a triple for Baby TZ, the Sentinel, and she's getting the Quadra, a flawless win for Mad Army.
That is just extremely frustrating. Like, you know where they are. There's 3 of you looking up. You all get taken out by 1 player. It's just extremely heartbreaking there. Her timing after her reload, swinging there, getting these kills. Look at this. She gets the reload. She knows people are looking for her. She dances around a bit, gets the headshot. Meow 16K was not ready for that. Could not hit Baby TZ. And even Casper couldn't land a single shot on Baby TZ.
It's a little bit unfortunate for Meow as well, because if I'm not wrong, she had the operator in that situation.
Yep.
Unless you get some kind of, like, I don't know, a quick scope through that or something like that. It's so difficult, but here we go. Even on the eco rounds, Asteria can be quite scary because they have strats for this. Take a look. They're going down mid as a squad. So even though the A side is clear right now, Mad Army need to be prepared for what might come next. Muffin is certainly watching the flank, and she will be able to get one, but not the second. Stray hits her with a classic. It's up to Genie to support, but she gets hit with a shock dart instead. So down to this. 3 players left to defend the spike. How are Mad Army going to do this?
Yeah, Casper gets taken down though, so it's gonna be even. There's 2 guns on the side of Mad Army right now. One of it is an the operator they didn't pick up. That wouldn't have really helped here. Anko gets a kill, gets straight up by Britzy though. That Vandal is proving to be lethal in her hands, but Baby TZ is here to make that trade. Stray, all up to her now. Baby TZ gets the spray again. Baby TZ has been popping off. The last 2 rounds have been pretty much a Baby TZ show.
The impact frags for this girl, I mean, it's not just the frags as well, because the way she's using her wall is exceptional stuff. I mean, we talked about this before, especially on a map like Icebox, the artificial corners that you can set up with the wall alone. She basically turned it into a fight that favors her instead of Asteria. Asteria has to push past those walls in order to find a duel. Meanwhile, Baby TZ just line up your crosshair. At the same time, Nongploy is up over by screens. It's basically a crossfire. Very difficult for them to win in that situation. But here we go, next round, and we already have the Blazestorm at the ready. They want to break into A site again, but Asteria are going to delay this by a little bit more, using 2 snake bites already.
And the Bladestorm getting committed might be able to get some kills, but Trey with immediate headshot onto Muffin and Anko. Just shuts him down. They have the res though, but they're not safe at all.
Okay,
Anko gets the res. Okay, Ginny is here. Discourage any possible push. Takes Britzy down. Now down to a 4v4, but they do have the res as well on the side of Asteria, and it's going to be used on Britzy. 5v4 right now. They still have time to change their minds if they want to.
I would change. But you got the Hunter Shuri coming in from Ginny, and if she can actually find one that weakens the side, now they have to come in into it, say, because why the heck not? Nongploy getting yet another entry as well, and now go with the Empress, and a little bit of a jump, not even necessary. All the players from Asteria on the A side are gone. All that's left, Meow 16 with her operator all the way at the back of Hut. Is that gonna do it though? They know where she is and they want to hunt her down at close range. It's something that does favor Anko. Not even her. It's Nongploy who takes it away. So Mad Army, even though they lost 2 players at the start of the round, they immediately recover their footing and then they press forward.
Yeah, they recovered really well from that. Like, it was a bit of a deficit, and I'm seeing more crimes against economy here. That's what I'm going to call it from here on. Crimes against economy. Anko and Muffin. Baby TZ has 8.6k, so she's virtually maxed at this point.
Bye for your teammate. What are you doing? Well, no crimes so far for Asteria, but their economy certainly is broken. So marshals, sheriffs is all that they can hope for. We do have a player hiding by Meow 16k with the shorty right over by the cubby. She actually takes 2 players down before she falls. And that is big value. Still, though, they got to deal with this firepower coming in. Maybe TZ will get traded by Muffin Loop, but the rest of the team on the other side of that wall are trying to take this Marshall player down. She gets spotted, instantly kicks another tag. And
Are they ready for
hits
Bitsy though? I think they are.
No, they kind of were, kind of not. It comes down to the 1v1 marquee. Oh, this is scary.
Have a 1v1 right now, non-play. Not sure what the idea is.
No way. You got time though.
She does, but I also think you don't want to have a question mark where the enemy is, right? You have a better gun here, and you want to take that duel, basically. Oh!
No!
Unfortunate for her. The 50-50 didn't work out for her. I think if you're in the attacking side there, if you have the bigger gun, you're supposed to be the one peeking. Like, you do a wide peek there, or maybe a jump peek off of that ledge. Because the fact that, you know, that was a 50-50, right? Like, whether Muffin Loop peeks close or far. And she peeked far that time, and non-ploy basically also 50-50 there. However, if you jump and wide peek instead, they'll probably take a shot at you, and you'd like to take your chances that they miss.
You need to do something to make it as difficult as possible for the player of the Marshall to hit you. And right now, oh man, operator back in Meow 16K's hands. I'm gonna have to start calling her Meow 24K soon because she's got magic in the air. But Viper's Pit to lock out the A site. Do Mad Army still push into this? Anko is already deep into the smoke anyway.
Shrey getting that first kill. Baby Teasy though makes it even. Muffin jumps into the smoke, eats up the decay a little bit, trying to look for Shrey and gets taken out. That's a classic right there. Shrey gets taken out by Muffin with a headshot from the classic there. There's a shock dart hitting Baby Teasy for a little bit of chip damage going there. There's the res as well for Mad Army, so they can use it. Non-play. Oh no, Muffin Loop was not expecting that. Quick peek from her to stop the flanks, and now it's down to 4v2. Meow 16K though, you're right, that's magic in the air, but Ginny says, no, stop this magic right now. We don't want to see your magic tricks, and Muffin is going to secure the round for Mad Army.
Oh my gosh, it's a little bit of a back and forth, but once you see Mad Army starting to secure their footing in towards a site, they really dig in deep and they make it their home. I mean, even if there is a Viper's Pit, they're kind of fearless that way, and you got their teammates to support it because they're kind of reading the fact that, all right, if there's a Viper's Pit here, the way that they've been defending the A site thus far is it's pretty much only Shrey U on the site itself, and once they have that, they can overwhelm her easily with a classic. They get it down, they secure the spike plant, everything else goes according to plan. Now, changing things up a little bit though. They're going in towards me. Oh my god, Anko. She's just walking in.
Wait, she didn't know where the shots came from? Oh no. Anko.
Classic?
A classic? No, she gets classicked instead. And the pistols are proving to be a bit lethal for the side of Asteria, but here's the Blade Storm. Meow 16K with full armor as well. I mean, if there's anyone who could pull this off, I believe she can.
She's still trying to creep up green though.
Yeah, I like how when you see Jet's silhouette when she's creeping up, she's like really looks like she's creeping up. There's no, the flick from non-ploy. What was that? I didn't even see the flick. I just know she wasn't looking at her.
That's a really fast flick of that wrist. Inhuman reactions. As soon as she saw Muffin, as soon as she saw Meow.
Yeah, we can look at her. Bam!
Boom!
Straight to the head.
Oh my god. And that nets them round number 10 into its 6-4 now. And they're in the lead on the attacking side.
Yeah, I mean, they look really comfortable in this map. They still have 2 ultimates as well to use, so that's not something to scuff out as well. Muffin is now on the operator. They're just switching it between non-play and Muffin. They're both great operators, by the way. And Meow 16K still needs a bit of time to warm up a little bit here. Oh no, dashes into the wall, but she still makes it to safety.
Still though, this is Mad Army basically right at the edge of the site. They can get the spike down, as we see Sage player trying to do that right now, but Muffin Loop just pushing up forward will be able to take one player down, so weakening the defenses just a little bit. We also have Muffin hiding up over by Bell to watch any potential flanks, but right now she's a little bit distracted by the front. They're making a lot of damage coming in from screens, coming in from rafters. They're taking every single player down. Not even really necessary for Shrey, but she did it anyway. And just like that, Asteria managed to take a round back from that army. The retakes game are coming in now.
Yeah, that retake was pretty clean, and Shrey with the timing as well wasn't overly eager on the flank. You know, sometimes you're eager for the flank, but she got the timing to the point where Muffin just thought, yeah, maybe there's no one flanking, so I'll just focus on the main fight right now. And then Shrey just came in just in time as their team was going in. I mean, that's a concerted effort across the whole team.
It's a very lovely effort, but currently this is Mad Army's, I don't know, second, third attempt at hitting towards the A site. Sometimes it works out, but now I think it's about time, and Asteria have already adjusted to it. They're heading towards the B site now, and it's a lovely welcome change, but Nongpoi making extra noise really hurts Asteria in the process. Still, though, they are sending players down mid. They are getting some info.
Yeah, Shrey couldn't get the flick down. And she's getting rushed in. There's the Hunter's Fury and the Lyra as well. She's gonna have to run out. She gets tagged a little bit. They know it. Oh no, Casper actually takes Anko down. I thought she got dismissed, but Muffin takes Britzy down now, down to a 2v4, and it's all down to the Sage. She does have a res though, and Britzy gets res. Muffin might be over eager to push her. Nope, she takes Britzy down. It's all down to Casper. 1v4 right now. They even have 3 ultimates. No, that's a firing squad she was looking at, and it's like map number 1. 7-5 advantage for Mad Army.
4 players just right past that toxic screen. We've seen that before, but it's from a different team this time. Mad Army, they're really prepared on this attacking side. I mean, kind of conditioning perhaps Asteria to head towards the A site, Nongploy taking a player down to start things off with an operator, and then just heading towards mid, heading towards B. They really made use of that toxic screen from Nong, and it really confused Asteria. They weren't quite sure where to look, and at that point, it's Mad Army in control. They had to play around the site, go in with the peaks. We see Muffin going in for all those aggressive kills, and she's actually able to secure them. So moving on in towards defense, I feel like this is Mad Army's game, but I'm still going to be cautious because Asteria have a lot of tricks up their sleeves. We already see Meow just going in for a little bit of information, manages to get away with her life, but at this point she needs to heal, and her entire team is playing all the way at the back of their side of the map.
Yeah, I think they're expecting Mad Army to push, but Mad Army playing extremely disciplined here. No pushes out at all, just waiting for Asteria to make that move.
So not too much yet. But Asteria have to move now, and they're trying to find something in towards A. Up over by pipes, they don't find anything yet, though. It really comes down to the timing of the toxic screens from the Vipers, and that's what they're trying to play around. Of course, down to the 3rd second. Poison's going to go off. But they're back in towards mid and B.
It's one of those things again that you run out the time. Baby Teasy, let's see if she can find Muffin Loop here. No, Muffin Loop gets a kill through the smoke. Baby Teasy, that is not a wall. Should have just committed for the kill there, but look, Casper gets spotted, but there's the wall from middle there. Muffin Loop takes Anko down as well, and Mad Army have to play the 3v5 right now.
And they're definitely trying to find whatever they can, but because of all these obstacles, all these walls, all the obstacles on the map as well, yellow, kitchen, it's very difficult. And Asteria are already in position, just waiting for them to show up. They get the flawless win, and of course Muffin Loop picking up a triple in the round for herself. It's a very strong start. And this probably will turn into something that puts them in the lead for the second half.
This is where you could actually start mounting comeback, right? You win round number 1, round number 2 is pretty much yours, and things are even. And whether they can carry this momentum, especially on the attacking side, which we've seen most FSL teams not prefer, I would say. It remains to be seen. But look, they are getting a good read on this. Asteria playing fast onto B. There's no one defending the B side right now. So Mad Army need to play this eco round from afar, and they don't have the right pistols for this, except for Muffin, who's been known to get a few sick headshots with that sheriff. Oh no, the wall
Uh,
a bit too tough right now. Maybe ice walls have an ice buff on Icebox.
Maybe it's just extra cold, sub-zero temperatures, but it's definitely Asteria who are feeling really hot. I mean, look at this aggression. Muffin, she sees two players, doesn't even move, just continues to spray them down. Meow gets the second one right now, and they're going ham. That's 3 kills already, back to back. And all that's left are Ginny plus Anko. What can they do? Apparently not too much because Britzy is all the way from the back, but she's not even the one getting the kills. It's Meow and Muffin Loop.
Yeah, getting the flawless on the second round is extremely important, and because you really want to go into the bonus
Economy.
with an extreme bonus, right? Casper though, because being a sentinel is expensive. I'm gonna say, like every wall you put down is 400. She won't have enough for a full buy next round, but that's all right. Honestly, that's right. Look at their economy. Look at the economy of Med Army as well. They're on light armors and only 100 left in the bank. So this is going to be really what dictates what's going to happen for the rest of the map. 7-7 right now. And it's really, really close between these two teams.
Right. I mean, there is that potential for crippling Mad Army's economy yet again, and plus the fact that they have light shields, the Spectres can take them down, but that is why we are seeing Mad Army playing extra defensively this time around, all the way at the back of the sites. But the one weakness is going to be screens, because back of A is around that spot as well. They push in, they will be able to take two of the players down. Ginny makes it a trade, but only good for one. So going onto the site, it's going to be a tough retake for Mad Army. Again, the A site, even if they are backing off, it's a site that can be rather enclosed. It's a site that kind of favors the Spectres.
Yeah, it really favors those close range guns, but it's also very hard to retake, especially on the defending side, because there's so many corners to check. And Muffin Loop with the Vandal that she picked up.
Oh,
Britzy and Shrey as well, just shredding the rest of Mad Army down. And that was their buy round, and they're forced into a corner now. I mean, still 8-7. They're still at an okay 1-round disadvantage. But they're gonna have to rethink at how they're defending these sites.
how do you rethink it? It's a 1-round disadvantage for now, but because their economy is crippled, they're going in with half buys. You got marshals, you got judges, you got sheriffs. They're trying to stack up on A, but if we take a look at our mini map, and this is what the Mad Army doesn't know, Asteria are heading towards B. It's all up to Ginny, in fact, to suss out this information and then try to call a rotation. Anko is going to go in and call it clear. Meanwhile, the team rotates back. Still going to be difficult, though. She eats a bullet to the face, down towards 14 HP. Thankfully, there's a heal, but I don't think that's going to be enough. The wall comes up, and that just makes it all the more difficult for her to find a clear shot.
And they're up against big guns here, so they have to land some really sick shots. Muffin Loop gets one, gets a second as well. Now 16k. Bit of a wild spray there, but Muffin Loop gets a third, gets a fourth, gets the ace denied though. Casper's gonna get the last kill, but you know, if you're Asteria, you take this.
We take these, and I mean, the fact that she's getting all these quadras, she's already got her Empress. I mean, she probably was good for like close to 2 Empresses if she hasn't popped them yet, but that's the thing that really kind of hurts Mad Army right now. Not enough ultimates. Their economy's like okay for a buy this time around, but they really need to make it count, because if they don't, they lose. Meanwhile, Asteria have got a big bank behind them.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of defensive hold they need right now. They're playing back from B. A, they're not really playing forward. Maybe they need to change tempo. Maybe they need to push to mid, but they really need to change something up, because we're seeing the same things over and over again, and they get red. Muffin Loop with a headshot onto Muffin. It's Muffin supremacy here. They've been at each other's throats, I'm gonna say. the past
Really
2 maps, right? Like, we just see them duel each other all the time.
This time it's Muffin Loop that wins with a Vandal as well, and she took out the operator player. So maybe we're thinking about how they want to divide their resources. Mad Army, 2 players in towards A, 1 in towards mid, 1 in towards B, it's very easy for Asteria to just break in and overwhelm the site right now. In fact, you have Muffin Loop to just further distract any players on the A site. Meanwhile, the actual plant is coming down on B. Anko getting caught out with her knife as well. Oh, that sucks. That hurts.
Yeah, maybe TZ with a flank doesn't really should have called, possibly not clear for a teammate there, but lack of communication. Asteria is taking advantage of that 1v5 right now. I don't play. I don't think can do anything here. I mean, she can get a few kills maybe. Gets one. Does not get a second as Shrey takes her down. And like you mentioned, this is a buy round for them. And after this, maybe they still have a little bit of a buy, sort of. I mean, the loss bonus is going to pile up for them, right? And they're probably going to want to do something. All right, no. No, not enough cash to even get rifles, but it seems like they're gonna. Okay, no, they changed their minds. Good choice, good choice. But you know, like I said, it's really about changing things up because they're doing the exact same things every single round, and it's not working out for them. And I don't know why they just don't try something radical. You know, like I feel like Asteria have never shied away from trying something new, like a 5-man rush. And Mad Army, they're just playing the exact same defaults every single time and expecting different results. Now Anko's playing up front. I think that's pretty good, but Muffin Loop says hello. Peekaboo, quick headshot there from her. Shrey takes Muffin down as well. No damage taken yet, but Baby TZ says, okay, here's the damage. Quick headshot onto Meow 16k with that Sheriff. But they don't really have much right now in the tank to make anything else out of this round.
Not too much, not at all. Baby TZ still trying to find a couple more headshots, but she gets headshotted instead. And now Britzy lurking over by mid, catching Nongploy on the rotate. It's very unfortunate. They, like you said, they are kind of rinsing and repeating their same strats, their same setups, but it's not working out for them. And especially when you're on an eco, like I feel like that's the round that you want to try some random thing, right? But
you don't reveal your hand yet. Now look, they've changed where the Viper and the Jet are. They've switched the positions of Nongploy and Muffin just to see if this works out.
Let's see. Toxic screen in towards the A site, but now Asteria, with all that bank, they can afford to play a little bit further. Going in towards mid now, they don't expect a huge drive-by by Baby TZ. It's going to be the operator gone for now. She's still trying to lock down this mid play, ensure that, you know, even if there is a player that crosses into her suit, she will be able to get that information. She has one slow orb at the ready as well, so has the option to drop that at any point in time. At this point, A is clear. There are 2 players anchoring that down. You got Muffin anchoring down Garage. The spike being dropped as well. What can Asteria possibly do to try and win this back?
It really needed a change there. Now, once we saw that switch up, now it actually worked out for them. And I mean, not to discount any quick headshots as well from Baby TZ. That was such a heads up play, like literally heads up. She just wide peeked and smacked the Meow 16k out of there like Muffin Loop did with Muffin.
30 seconds left.
Same thing. But this time it has to come down to Muffin to basically, well, try to find whatever she can. They pick up the spike, and now they're rotating back towards A. No peaks coming back out towards B pretty much means that, yeah, they definitely hear the footsteps coming in towards A. Nongploy is going to be the first one to receive them, so hiding right in that corner. Oh, she got spotted by the Recon Bolt. They're trying to take her down with the shock force now, but Anko is there to back her up from screens. 2 players instantly gone. And Mad Army are back in the game, just for a while, just for a bit.
Do you know that if the Recon Bolt is about to detect you, it actually turns the beam that comes out of it, no, the circle ring is normally yellow, but if it's going to detect you, it's red.
Yeah, it's one of those things, but it was right on top of her. Maybe she didn't want to shoot it down. She also, it's one of those things. You're not quite sure how to respond quickly enough.
Yeah, I mean, it still worked out for them. Maybe she wanted them to be distracted, because if they didn't have time to actually plan.
Here we go, next round. Trying to use a little bit of a cheeky angle, making use of the boxes, but Still going to be a sharp shot from Muffin Loop. Viper's Pit being deployed to add that extra layer of defense. It certainly does a job of deterring any form of aggression onto the A site, but there's a train heading up the tube now. It's going to be Ginny, I think, the first one to receive him, if she does spot any player out. Ooh, the wall. Wow, this is interesting.
Yeah, the ultimate getting committed
Oh
there.
What is this Viper's Pit?
Yeah, I mean, you know the way it works. It works like a liquid. So like if the area is narrow, it actually goes further.
It goes by volume.
Yep. No, it doesn't go by volume. It just looks.
Oh.
It just looks bigger.
It looks.
It's the same
okay.
volume. That's the thing. But the container basically is what's different here. Muffin misses the right click. As the operator though, Muffin Loop on the other hand takes Ginny out. Meow 16k takes down play out as well, and oh my god, Asteria are just dominating right now. It's all down to Anko on the Reyna. Gets one, but unfortunately for her, it's gonna be match point for Asteria now.
Incredible plays. They're fully in control of the game right now, and they're just, you know, it's gonna sound funny, but they're like liquid. They're like water. There's no definite shape, but there's a definite volume, and they're able to, like water molecules, slide in and out of the map as and when they please. Sometimes it's A, they manage to make a little bit of noise, take a couple of kills off, bait their rotations from Mad Army, and then you got 3 players secretly sneaking up tube. And it's something that, you know, Ginny, Mad Army players, they're not expecting that. This time around, I think it's a lack of information from Mad Army. They managed to get a little bit at the start, but Ginny's the only one on the B side to stop any kind of push from coming in. Meanwhile, you got the toxic screen in towards mid. I don't know what more they could do from Mad Army's side.
Yeah, Ginny is alone here. Well, she does have the jet here as well. Oh no, Ginny, I think should have just fully committed that. But Hunter's Fury versus Hunter's Fury right there. And unfortunately for Ginny, Britzy has her number. 4v5 right now. Asteria still have a res as well. So this is going to be very difficult for Mad Army. And they're on match point right now. Muffin, though, makes it a 4v4. But there's the res coming out. They take down Britzy yet again. Unfortunately, has to die twice. Meow 16k gets traded. 3v2 right now. Asteria are in the lead. 3v1. It's going to be Muffin left. And she hits the 6 shots. Quickly switches weapons. She doesn't know where Shrey is. Oh no, she actually guesses wrong. Okay, she sees the poison. Oh, the poison actually doesn't reach. Can Shrey get this kill? You can't shoot through that wall anymore, but no! Shrey gets the smoke down and secures the map for Asteria. 1-1 right now.
1-1. The first map went 13-9 if I'm not wrong. Second map went 13-8. And this is truly Asteria's home. I mean, I thought there was a slight chance that Anko would have been able to create a lot of havoc, pushing outside of yellow with her Empress available, by the way. But Muffin was just incredibly sharp this game. She's been hitting so many headshots. She's got 9 first bloods, 30 kills, 11 deaths, and a average combat score of 389. She was the one to stop any kind of incoming rampage from the Mad Army players. She put a stop to that, and then it all came down to Shrey Uwu, who, you know, with all that utility, just perfect stalls, I mean, perfect headshot swinging outside of the Radiant crates as well. They managed to secure that final round in style.
Yeah, and, you know, we thought Anko had a pop-off game number 1, but Muffin Loop in game 2 was the one who popped off. I mean, they had Meow 16k, but she didn't have that good of a game this time around. But she provided the aggression, right? Like, there's a difference in the way they played this game and the previous game. Even though, like, Meow 16k didn't really pop off as much, but Muffin Loop with the 30 bomb in without overtime is absolutely amazing. Almost 400 ACS from her and 9 first bloods. That just means, like, that's a lot of impact frags.
Really a lot, because there were rounds that she would just pre-aim angles and take operator players down, and it's not easy to do stuff like that at all, especially on a pro game, but they make it work. And I think something that really hurt Mad Army on their defensive side, especially because keep in mind, they actually, if I'm not wrong, They had 7-5. They were the winners of the first half, right? Second half, when they were defending, that's when things went all down to hell. And I think it's because they didn't have information. And because they don't have information, they kind of gave up a lot of space for the Asteria players to push up, get the spike down. And once that spike is down, zero chance for Mad Army to retake.
Yeah, and Muffin Loop just was really unstoppable this game. Like almost without counting assists, right? It's almost a 3.0 KD ratio, 30-11, right? Like that's absolutely insane. And if you count assists, it's more than 3, I think. I forgot how many assists she had, but you know, she played really well.
Oh.
And yeah, 4 assists. So
4 assists.
3.0 3.0 KD plus
3.0
9
333 repeating
of course. Yes
repeating of course, but yeah, no, it's we see the 3.0 KD basically, and it's really strong stuff. And again, like 9 of those kills were first bloods. That is sharp entry, sharp aim, and she's feeling herself. But that's going to be that for this map. The next map is going to be Asteria's map pick. It's Haven, and a map which, by the way, Mad Army did play in their group stages and they won. So it's another thing that I really don't know how to predict. Both of these teams are kind of basically evenly matched. Sometimes you'd see Mad Army popping off, but I think this is where they kind of need to start to catch up to Asteria's strategies a little bit.
Yeah, we'll have to see, not just strategies, but also the gunplay. So before we go to map number 3, of course, we'll be back after a short break. Welcome back, everyone, to VCT Game Changers Southeast Asia. We are your casters Key, and with me is Hey, I'm Quack, and we are in game number 3 of this upper bracket finals for qualification, of course. Like, this is a best of 5 because whoever wins this series will qualify to FSL. And between Asteria and Mad Army, right now it's tied to a 1-1, and we've seen Reina players pop off for both maps.
Oh my gosh, the Reina players, don't even get me started. Muffin Loop, incredibly sharp on Icebox, man. 30 bomb. I think it's the first one that we've seen without overtime. For this upper bracket final. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really a great performance from her. Like, no one was even close, I'd say. Not from either side. And Muffin Loop is just on an absolute tear. Reminiscent of how Anko was, but even better in that map too. And now we're going to map number 3. Of course, the map pick, like you mentioned, is going to be Haven. So it's going to be a bit different here because it's a serious map pick. And they still have Meow, of course. She's still playing from an alternate location because of her power outage. So still a bit of a hiccup, I would say, for the side of Asteria. But Mad Army, let's see if they have something that they can bring out of the bag here. They were brought to overtime by Lighthealthy Estelle on this map. This is where they actually eventually won 16-14. And something interesting here, Mad Army likes to pick the Cypher here.
Yes, they do. They like to go with that sort of old school Valorant team composition. I mean, you got Cypher, you got Omen, you got the, well, Reina Jet combo, of course, but almost always just Sova. And the Omen and Cyphers are the standout picks for me because it's something that people have evolved from. I mean, the fact that you're going back to it either means that maybe you're comfortable with it, or maybe you actually do have a lot of different tricks and setups that could trap your opponents. I mean, Cypher now with the tripwire buff, that can actually be quite effective. And Omen Shrouded Steps, especially into certain spots on a map like Haven, is actually very effective as well.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Mad Army are going to pull off the exact same thing. But like you mentioned, those are extremely great uses of utility as well. But on the side of Asteria, we know that they are capable of running the Phoenix as a flash. They like running it on Shrey. I still remember Shrey's performance on the Phoenix against Galaxy Racer, or not the now Nigma Galaxy. And
now Nigma
she's amazing on that Phoenix. And if they can flex a Phoenix plus a Sky or a Phoenix plus KO, that's going to be too many flashes to take care of. Because on Haven, there's 3 sides. Attacking side is arguably the favored side here, and then Asteria are starting an attack.
They are starting an attack, and that is where I'm not very sure what's going to happen. I want to see what Asteria has in store, because they have made some changes to their teams. Aside from playing from an alternate location, they got new players, they got seemingly new strats, new agent compositions as well, and that's where I think they might actually be able to catch Mad Army off guard. And Mad Army, they're playing somewhat standard. This is a map that, can be very tricky just because there are 3 spike sites, but Ginny is that mastermind who can, basically control every single site just by sheer manipulation of her teammates, telling them to, okay, post yourself up here, give me the information that I need, and then I'll formulate a plan through that. But Asteria, with their agent selects, if it's something new and interesting like this, you got the Sky coming out, you got the Astra, it could be very tricky for Mad Army to deal with because you got information gathering tools, you got 2 initiators, and Sky can double up as that duelist. Plus an Astra that can effectively control the entire map just because you have Astral Form, you have 5 stars to work with. It's going to be something that Mad Army has to be prepared for.
Yeah, and whether they're prepared for it or not, we'll have to see. But the Cypher is going to be countering this Jet. Like you mentioned, the Tripwire, it's back to the slingshot mode, right? Like Muffin Loop can't just dash in and break those wires. She's going to get slingshotted out if she does decide to do that. But, if you just don't go to the site where Cypher is, potentially you could dodge that. So I wouldn't say it's an immediate counter, but Anko is still going to be on that arena. Don't play Astra. Let's go. She's flexing her agent pool here. Omen,
little bit.
Viper, Astra.
Because so far we've been seeing Omen, never anything else. Maybe Viper and Icebox, but that's about it. Now she's going to Astra on Haven. Okay, let's see what she's got. But generally, it seems fairly even for now, with the exception of perhaps there is that Killjoy on Asteria's side as well.
Yeah, the Killjoy. I like the Killjoy, especially because you can use the lockdown. I think that's what really separates Cypher from Killjoy. Cypher's tripwires are really good at holding. Killjoy doesn't really hold you, but discourages you with her Nanoswarm plus the alarm bot and the turret as well. But meanwhile, Cypher is, fundamentally they're very different Sentinels. Like you could say that, yeah, they're the same role. But what does Cypher do? It's a mix of smokes, a bit of X-ray information.
Yes.
Killjoy doesn't provide that, and the neural theft, which is more information as well. So Cypher is a defensive information agent, while Killjoy is a defensive discouraging agent.
Discouraging. Yeah, I think it's something that it definitely can work out for both sides. It all comes down to how you play it. The tripwires are effective for sure, but the cyber cages are the ones that I'm more curious about, because if you can play around that, you can effectively trap players and possibly take them out as well, just through the audio cues or just because you're hiding inside your own cyber cage. But right now, tripwire will be spotted out, and it's going to be taken out by the Killjoy player from Asteria's side. They're trying to post up positions, but Muffin getting a little bit curious as well. She gets spotted out, down to low HP. Now 16k takes her down. Muffin Loop is going to eat a little bit of damage as well, though, and that brings us back to a 4v4, man.
No charges left.
Classics dashes into walls. Sheriffs, she's trying to find something. Will be able to take one headshot before she falls, but the rest of the squad, oh my god, they made it in and they took out every single player. It's all up to Nongploy, and she does have her stars, but the best that she can do with this is to give herself some kind of safe passage into sight, but her opponents have already backed up into its A sewer. They're using their drone as well. Okay, she's hiding around their Radianite crates. They don't see her for the time being, but now tapping the spike, they know where she is. Shock Darts comes in. She gets the headshots! 2 headshots back to back, and then the triple kill. Spike defuse goes to Nongploy, and she certainly clutches it out for her team.
I actually think that was a very big misplay from the Sova there. Like, you don't want to be lining up your arrow as your Sky is peeking, because you want to be swinging together, right? Like, sometimes I feel like utility is a bait. Like, if you don't have your gun out, like if you had your Lear out here or something, look at this. Sova was not ready to go for that trade. And if she had her gun out there, I think they would have had a better chance at taking Nongploy down. And I just feel like sometimes players, not just these players, but like players in general, overthink things. Sometimes having your gun out is more important.
It definitely is possible. I mean, you get caught up with utility, and that's the worst thing in the world. But at the same time, sometimes you want to use that utility because you think that it can actually help
Yeah.
stall or do some extra damage. But
But Sky shouldn't
it
be peeking
happens.
while it happens.
But here we go. They're just going for the aggressive. They got the Spectre, and they will be able to take at least one player down with them. Anko makes it a trade, though, taking Casper out from Garage, and now she wants to find even more. Gets the spray. Nope, it's going to be Shrey who sprays her down instead. So it comes down to A and C Link. Mid is completely open. Let's see if Mad Army can actually retake. Oh, no. Updrafting. Doesn't check it. She gets taken out. A little bit of a trade back and forth. Nongploy still has the Vandal, and they got to deal with all of this incoming utility. They're running out of time, and they need to take out these players coming in from mid.
Last player standing.
Yeah, just a bit of a misplay here. That smoke kind of worked against them, I'd say. Because they wanted to find the rest of Asteria, but instead that smoke kind of disabled them from doing anything. And since you know where the spike is, you could just get sprayed there. You don't have a wall or anything. I don't think that smoke was actually the right call. Maybe pulling it out, you know, the short smoke instead, would actually be better because that short smoke can bait people, and then suddenly when the smoke comes down, you're in position to shoot, right? But instead, that smoke delayed enough time for Asteria to just secure the round.
Yeah, and in addition to that, it was a very costly round for Mad Army as well. I mean, Nongploy had a Vandal at some point in time, so this is one that really hurts them, and we're kind of just equalizing things for now. Asteria are the ones with the higher economy, so they're looking to make an effective push happen, especially towards C-Long.
The drone is too tanky.
Too tanky, or
It's
did
too
she
tanky.
miss her shot?
No, the drone is too tanky.
All right. Still, though, she's going to get pinned down just by the back of plateau, and her teammates are here to kind of set up a crossfire, though, and this actually could work. If they walk in, though. If they walk in.
Yeah, I mean, she better hit her shots. She's averaging out. Like, after missing those shots, that means the next one is going to hit, so no ploy. You've averaged out your sheriffs. Maybe you'll get a headshot this time. Oh, there's the flash. Great flash by this guy there. Britzy takes Anko down with Baby Teasy. That's a classic. And Nongploy, one! Gets two! There's the averaging out. There's the headshots. Nongploy, can she get the third? Meow gets taken out by Muffin instead. The sheriffs are coming in full force, but Shrey is going to connect heads of her own with the Spectre. Nongploy now. Oh, with the Marshall does not hit.
What?
Oh! The no-scope! No, this is unbelievable. This is not supposed to happen. This is
Wait,
off
was she
script.
4
This is
HP?
off script.
This is off script. So sharp. The two headshots, the one and then the two. And okay, that's fine. Muffin backs her up. She picks up the Marshall. The Marshall. How did she survive with the Marshall?
I thought she was gone at that point. After she missed the first shot, I saw her HP just go down 4 HP, and then the no scope into the second shot onto Shrey.
Oh my god. Did Shrey run out of like she turned away, it seemed like, for a second?
Yep. I think she thought she got the kill.
Oh man. It just goes in for the instant quick shot. Oh my god. Lucky, honestly. But they made it work. Nongploy. They're still going in for this now. And with the buys this time around, they're getting a little bit more courageous. Still, though, Muffin sustained quite a bit of damage. She's going to have to play at the back foot for the time being, get some information. Ginny might want to go in for this, and because they have pistols, she will be able to find a couple more kills.
Oh, no.
This time missing the spray! Oh, no! Vandal gone. And of course, Sova instantly comes back to kind of secure that weapon. But still, the spike has gone down over by B. Things are falling apart for Mad Army.
The knives just too sharp. Muffin Loop is popping off yet again, and there's the Seekers coming out. Angry Cabbages coming on to the side of Mad Army, and the Muffin Loop with yet. Oh my god! I mean, what? Jet knives nerfed? No, you just need to left click the heads. Easy 4K for Muffin Loop. I mean, she's been popping off like the previous round, this round. And I thought things were going awry for Asteria. Like, those kills were just given for free. It was an eco for them. And then all of a sudden, Muffin Loop with the Blade Storm goes from 2 kills to top of the scoreboard with 6 right now.
basically 0 to hero. All she needed was knives. She's been hitting her headshots. I mean, Mad Army need to stifle this somehow, and I don't know if Ginny is the one to do it. So, okay, dashing into safety, still banking on the knives, but again, you got to keep in mind, right clicks will not be as effective any longer. So even if she plays close range, she has to be very, very careful. One player over by the corner, and Muffin Loop sees it. Oh my gosh, it's just so smart. She knows exactly how they're going to play. Sky pops the flash, spots Muffin Loop, but it's not going to be anything. I mean, damage is done. They back off. Nongploy hears the footsteps, but this time the sheriff shots will not connect.
She didn't average out before shooting, so unfortunately for her, the misses come in. I mean, she needs to miss a few shots first before she hits. It's like a, some skills work bonuses. But Ginny also whiffs her blades. That, unfortunately for her, Shrey's gonna take her down, and it's gonna be Anko left with a Bucky here. This is the nerf Bucky, so there's not gonna be any crazy kills here. Shrey is gonna make it a flawless round for Asteria.
They've suddenly flicked the switch, and now they're just throwing everything at Mad Army. I'm not sure if Mad Army are the ones who are maybe making some mistakes, getting a little bit too peaky, and then losing players in the process, but it's Asteria, and they're actually finding a lot of these opening picks, weakening the defenses, and especially on a map like Haven, you cannot afford to lose players that early on.
Yeah.
Weakens the
Now,
side.
with the guns, though, Nonploy has been the shining star for Mad Army right now. It gets an opening frag. That's really important, especially on the defending side. Especially on a map like Haven, you really want to cut down those attackers. But Shrey says, well, we'll just even things on their own. And 4v4, I'd say it's an attacker's advantage here. Muffin with the Hunter's Fury tagged Shrey once, but no, she tagged a turret there.
A turret? Yeah. Still, maybe a little bit of information. They know that all the Asteria players are still somewhere towards mid window, somewhere towards A lobby. In fact, that's where they're heading towards right now, the A site. So we see the rotations coming forward. But I would prefer if players like Anko, the Cypher, maybe just going for a little bit more information. The rotations need to be quick. Lockdowns are coming in now, and at this point, you could end up getting detained. Ginny has to back off.
Yeah, and that's the difference between the Cypher and the Killjoy, right? That lockdown allows you entry into A site. Now it's going to be difficult to take control over that A site yet again. The most notorious map, site rather, to retake. A on Haven. And now look, there are 3 of them on Heaven. There's the Cosmic Divide coming out. Shrey takes Muffin down as she tries to take the turret down, which is an absolute bait. Now Anko doesn't know, like, should I jump out or should I not? And look, I think she missed the opening there.
I don't think you can jump out. That one Cosmic Divide coming up at this very moment just basically means your round is over. No chance, because you try to jump out, you try to peek out, they're already watching those angles. In fact, if I'm not wrong, this is a setup that, I'm not sure if it was Vision Strikers or something, but in Masters Berlin, they actually did something similar, Cosmic Divide, and they set up a crossfire just right at the edge of that, just on the other side of that Astra ultimate. So it's something that you really cannot peek, and that's why they're saving their weapons right now, even though 3 players are alive. Hopefully, with the operator still in Ginny's hands, they might just be able to turn things back a little bit in the next round.
Yeah, let's see. I really starting to feel Asteria get into their groove with this lineup. Like, man, it's just everyone popping off. Right now it's Shrey, the most notorious player with 100 ping. By the way, just to explain to who's watching, Shrey is actually playing from Australia, which explains her 100 ping. And she has been playing from Australia all this time, so man, those are some training weights that she needs to be carrying around. Imagine if she played on LAN. It's absolutely insane.
You drop the weights.
Quick headshot, quick second. Does not get a third though. Muffin Loop with the trade. 2 for 1 though, and Mad Army. Alright, it is basically getting carried by Nonploy right now. She's on a tear, but the rest of the team, they're gonna need to show up.
They really need to. You can see that Ginny is doing a lot of thinking. She's trying to figure out where the Asteria players are. As soon as 2 players go down, she instantly rotates back. But sensing a little bit of fire, she's gonna try to reposition around B site. Allows for Muffin to peek out and take Muffin Loop down. But now they gotta be careful. I mean, this is where I think you want to pump the brakes a little bit because you continue to get over aggressive. And I guess you can get some more kills. Britzy's gonna be the one to bite the bullet next. And now Mad Army swing things back. Good calls by Ginny, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, not just the calls, but also the aim. Like, we really need to see much more from not just Muffin, non play as well, right? There's a 2-for-1 without any support at all. Absolutely amazing. And I mean, Ginny is actually on the Jet this time around, and Muffin on the Sova, which is a role reversal. Probably because maybe Muffin knows the lineups better for Sova.
Maybe. But now into the next round, and you got to keep in mind, Asteria have been building up this big bank. So they're going to use that, but Ginny just shuts the initial push from straight Uwu with the operator. So now the remaining players in towards mid. They want to get information, but they can't. And Nongploy is switching her positions up as well. She's been so sharp at anchoring and watching angles that she can just take you down as soon as you peek. So now Ginny comes in to back that up.
Yeah,
Could
she's
be
not been
operator
having a
versus
good
operator.
game, but this operator is breaking out for her right now. Ginny really showing what she can do with this op and Muffin Loop. Oh, she looks away.
She saw it, and the pin came out.
Oh, okay. At least now Ginny knows where she is. Might be able to get Muffin Loop here. Oh no, this is where you type jet diff.
This is where you type objective. Hurt your opponent's mental game. But still, you got 2 players remaining. Casper's down to basically, virtually 1 HP. How do you work around this? Maybe TZ's going to go on an adventure right now. Who's got the cookie? The cookie jar. It's baby TZ. Double kill from the back. And now this brings us at a tied score, 4-4.
Hey, I'm just gonna say all 3 maps have been so close. Like, the first half is only at most a 2-round lead for one side, and look at Nongploy with 11 kills.
My thanks.
Like, it's just
Goes here.
she's playing really well, and she's the controller, right? Anko hasn't showed up yet this map. She has the Empress up, but she's not able to get those kills yet. On the other hand, Asteria.
I love how sharp she is, but I'm also a little bit scared. Just because she's the controller, right? Because if she dies really early on in the round, yeah,
Exactly.
no more smokes.
Exactly, you know, and Ginny is on the C side. Okay, that drone isn't that tanky anymore in the face of that operator. So the drone is gone. No one's gonna get tagged. But Muffin Loop is sneaking in garage with
no.
the Blade Storm. Let's see if Nongplay can actually catch us out. There might be some great timing here, but no, Nongplay goes into Astral for Muffin Loop. I don't think he hears that. Conceal C site. Let's see if they're actually ready for this. She's sneaking in already. Anko might not be ready for this, but no, but she flicks to the head of Muffin Loop. Exactly what you needed from your duelist. And the rest of Asteria, though, they're already making their way onto A, where there is oh no, B rather. Where the
Instant reactions
Sova
are
Recon
good.
Bolt spots them. So, okay, Asteria, they're a bit lost right now. Ginny gets another kill as well, but Casper takes her out. Quick headshot from the Astra there. That's just so punishing if you're opping. You know, someone drives by with a Vandal and then just disappears you. And then...
And that's the thing. This is how Mad Army are adjusting to Asteria's advances now. The drive-bys, the information starving. Asteria are so confused that they have to gamble on a site, and now they're trying to go in, but they get met with all this resistance from Anko, from Muffin. Every single thing being thrown at them now, and Mad Army are the ones in the lead by 1 round.
Yeah, Mad Army. The rest showed up that round. Ginny with her own kills.
Ginny,
Anko
yes.
with kills. Nongploy with the pull for the final kill there. And everyone's showing up.
So now the question is for Asteria, like, where's the weak point in Mad Army's defenses? So far, Garage has been a little bit scary for me, if I'm to be honest, because we've seen Muffin Loop kind of sneak underneath. Maybe she doesn't get the kills just yet, but sneaking in and out of Garage is something that, if Anko wasn't able to react that fast, they might have just lost C in that previous round. But here we go now. It's going to be the 5-woman rush in towards the C site, but Ritzy with the Hunter's Fury, maybe a little bit of a team tagging situation going on. They wanted to stream in and maybe use the Hunter's Fury to cut them off on a rotate, but in that one spot, it wasn't that effective. And Anko, being the anchor off the side, will be able to take down 2 players before she falls. Genie comes in with the support. She gets traded, but Baby TZ is already hot on Asteria's heels. It's all up to Muffin Loop in this 1v2 scenario, and she only has app drafts to work with. They know where she is as well. Muffin, utility, gets the information, but oh no! Okay, it's going to be non-play falls, but instant trades coming back in. Of course, Muffin Loop being low as well. This is now Mad Army leading by 2 rounds. Asteria's bank, how's it looking?
Okay. It's okay. They have enough to scrape for this buy. Wait, Muffin can buy full armor, but you know, I guess she just maybe wants to buy next round as well. Yeah.
Because next round is the last round of the first half.
Yeah, that is fair. And Mad Army are starting to scrape. Is this gonna be yet another 7-5? Because like that's what we've seen every single map. That seems to be the script right now.
True.
Does your script say 7-5 as well?
Yeah, no, my script actually says just I don't know, 8-4.
8-4. Interesting. Anko gets the first kill. There's the Lear out. Gets out to safety. Uh-oh, she might get caught here. Nope. No quick peek from Muffin Loop. Mid Army are starting to find a pattern in Asteria's attack, and they're starting to punish that one by one. Now 16k with a flash. Gets the blinded, but they don't pursue Ginny with the operator. Takes straight down. Now it's down to 3v5. It is Asteria. They look shaken, honestly. If I'm gonna be very, very blunt here, this is the first time in these 3 maps that I've seen Asteria kind of like, well, what do we do now?
Yeah, almost this entire day, basically. Still, though, this Cosmic Divide, but oh, Ginny, oh, she pressed W for a second. And now it's going to be Muffin Loop showing up on the scoreboard. She takes 2 down, but Nonkoi instantly trying to disrupt any form of play. She will be able to take Anko down, though, who was basically 1 HP at that point. But now she's up against 2 players. Wants to get the spike down. If not, she's going to run out of time. Regardless, peeks up around the side, and that's where Baby TZ was looking. So, yeah, my script seems to be pretty accurate for now, Marquis.
Yeah. I mean, it could be either, right? Like,
still could. But either. looking at the economy.
Sure, but I wouldn't count Asteria. Yeah, they have Muffin, right? Like she's still been on a tear. She's still topping the board for both teams right now. I think that as long as Muffin Loop is alive, there's hope for Asteria. No matter what the odds.
She wants that ult orb. She's 6 out of 7 for Bladestorm right now. Oh, she's giving it to Shrey. Does that give them the lockdown? I think so. Which means they could go in for that execute. Plus, if Muffin gets 1 kill, that's all she needs.
Muffin's a team player. She knows she can get a kill anyway. So like,
that's what's up.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we need a lockdown before we go into the site. The Bladestorm can come after.
They want to execute on A. That's exactly what they're going to do. And with the lockdown, they might actually be able to suffocate Baby TZ, but I think she senses danger as well, hearing some sounds coming in and out. She's backing up. Cosmic Divide to slow things down even further. Now the cyber cages go up. Camera? Oh, this just disrupted any kind of plan that Asteria had. They're backing up.
Yeah, but at the same time, you don't get much information if you're on the side of Mad Army.
They're faking.
Exactly. So this lockdown is a complete fake. This wall, the Cosmic Divide works both for and against you. It's an absolute double-edged sword, and that basically just sold the fake so hard. This lockdown. Okay, they actually send something. Mad Army. They know it's gonna be likely C, and there's the Hunter's Fury getting committed. It's gonna burn a little bit of time, but there's still quite a lot of time for Casper to plant this. So this spike is gonna go down to Shrey.
Oh no!
Oh no! Don't play! Oh no! She gets caught in her astral form, but Muffin gets 2 kills of her own. Really sharp with the Vandal. Gets 2 headshots. Finishes off Casper as well. Unsure where the last 2 members are. They should know where one of them are. One is in garage and Meow 16k, waiting for a teammate.
She's just gonna stick it.
No, Muffin. Oh, they actually get it. Muffin with the ace. I mean, it's an ace after the fact that they won already, but it seems like your script is right.
It seems so. I mean, it's a very valiant attempt from Asteria. This is incredibly smart to sell a fake that way and going for the alt orb at the start. But it just so happens to be that Mad Army were a little bit sharper. I mean, you got someone like you're playing against the top minds in FSL. You got someone like Ginny telling them, okay, this is probably a fake. They'll lock down. They're not moving or anything. They rotate back. They hear the footsteps up C long, and that just confirms it. They were ready for this. And also, you know, maybe Nongploy was fell in towards mid window, but that was information for Mad Army as well, right? And through game sense, they figured out that probably there's a player inside of garage, and because they're so far off, we could just stick to defuse. So coming into this now, 8-4, they start off the pistol round. Ginny is going with a sheriff.
The Forsaken route. That's what I'm calling it. Forsaken loves to do that as well. They get the first frag, and Asteria are one down already to open this map. Push from garage gets punished, and Anko is gonna creep up with their ghost. Oh no!
Oh,
Now 16k with the quick headshot from the ghost. Headshot is 105, so that was 2 hits.
wait. Okay, so headshot, but why wasn't anyone on C? They actually get the spike down. They take Ginny away. So numbers advantage might be in the form of Asteria. They can actually go in for this retake really hard and fast. Casper's going to be the one to start things off. And now a lot of information, but way too many targets. Can Baby TZ actually connect onto them? She does get 2, but not the 3rd. And Meow 16.
Look at that. Look at that spin.
Plus Shrey.
Yeah. Shrey did this in the first series as well. Celebratory spin after every win, and Asteria starting to claw back into this. 8-4 coming into the second half, but you know, winning the pistol round is always a good sign.
Always good. I mean, they did this before. 7-5 and 8-4. It's just one round off. It's still not that difficult for Asteria to claw back into the game, and they can do this.
Definitely can. I mean, we've seen them come back from 5-7, right? And they, Shrey and Muffin are really playing well right now. There's Muffin, has to dash out, sprays into the smoke, does take Baby TZ down pretty low. And Anko with 2 kills of her own, one with a frenzy, another with a sheriff. Muffin Loop gets no play as she falls down. Alright, senses that there's someone there. Of course, confirms it with the tracers. Muffin Loop gets tagged a little bit through the wall there, but she still has mid control, and she's gonna have to fight 2 low players on sheriffs.
The worst thing, though, was that Nongploy jumping out, she dropped the spike, but what I love is what Anko is doing right now. There's no way that they know she's coming in from the other side, plus Muffin! And just like that, I don't know who's calling for Mad Army, but that's incredibly smart stuff. They sent 2 players just to go on a big flank up around A and C link, and then finally converging on towards mid.
Yeah, really great calls there. You can see flashes of brilliance from Mad Army, like suddenly everyone's around you, and it looks like they're the ones making the sandwich this time. It's not Asteria making the sandwich, but you know, Mad Army making their own sandwiches.
Sandwiches. But it's still, I'm trying to figure out what exactly they're trying to do right now. They're just going in full 5 women in towards A. It's a lot of gunfire, but somehow Asteria are the ones that are losing. Baby TZ with the Phantoms at this point, just looking for the final kills. She has all the information that she needs as well. Anko with the sharp flakes will be able to find the first, and now it's all up to Britzy. In towards the corner. She knows it.
Yep.
It's the Mad Army sandwich this time around.
Yeah, they played it safe as well, sent the spike all the way to C, but you know, they cleared it up. What a waste of 300 creds, but you know, they get to round 10-5 right now, and they reverse the situation even after losing the pistol round. But this is where you have to start worrying the Muffin Loop operator. But if they don't go to C, I don't think it's as effective. If they give A side so easily, for side of Asteria, there's only 1 defender right now on A. If that goes the way of Mad Army, I don't think this operator can do much.
And that's something they certainly have to consider. Operators are useful, but on the attacking side, it can be a little bit difficult to work with. So Asteria right now, they're trying to make some plays work. We see Muffin Loop actually pushing up in towards C Long, in towards Dragon. And so they get a lot of information. That's why they're backing off the C side right now. But
She saw Meow there, just a sliver of her shoulder, I guess.
how do you respond? Okay. A little bit of information, a little
She's
bit of a shoulder.
Should be able to get this. Muffin Loop. Quick kill onto
Nah.
Nonploy, dashes away, back to safety. And now 5v4.
That's the usefulness of the operator.
That's why Jet Op is pretty good, because you could just dash back to safety.
And now she's watching Garage as well. Mad Army has no choice but to either go A or B, and right now, certainly it's going to be B. Shrey Wu is here to stop them, but she eats a face full of bullets instead. It's Anko peppering them full of it. Has her Empress up as well. 30 seconds remaining, and Ginny is just trying to watch every single possible angle, but the one angle that they might not expect is Muffin Luke coming in from mid.
They're not exposing
16K
to mid
as
at
well.
all, though. Meow 16k with a straight headshot onto Baby Tees. They know where the operator is now. They heard it, but Anko
Player standing.
doesn't realize that she's exposed, gets taken out, but Muffin takes Muffin Loop down, and it's now down to Meow 16k, 2v1 right now, but both players are playing off the spike.
My gosh, okay.
Hey, Muffin, get a better gun. No, too late.
No!
Presence of mind, everybody. Presence of mind. Oh, but she sprayed really well with the Spectre there. It probably felt like a phantom in her hands just now.
Well, teammates buying up for her. And at the very
Wait.
least, Asteria's economy.
No,
What,
Ginny,
what the
You
8,000?
got money. Okay, there you go.
Oh no! Is
No!
she trolling?
Wait,
Is this?
they made a
What
mistake.
is?
They dropped one too many guns, I think.
Is she gonna draw another letter J somewhere?
With the Odin? Is that how this works?
I don't know. She did it with the with a pistol on
Oh,
Icebox.
there's a tanky owl drone again. Does not spot the corner though. So Meow
5 stack
16k is gonna be really sneaky. Yeah, another 5 stack, and they almost met the 5 stack as well. But Mad Army are playing this very disciplined, playing this very slow. Anko gets spotted. Still 4 players onto that C garage area.
They're making good guesses about how Asteria plays, and right now, oof, getting a little bit inquisitive. They're hungry for weapon upgrades, Asteria, and that's why they're peeking out. But it hurts them. They get punished for it. So now it's going to be Mad Army just basically holding defaults. In fact, because B is open, they managed to walk in and get the spike down.
Yeah, Baby TZ. Oh,
Wait.
uncharacteristic whiff from her, but Asteria is starting to look pretty good for them. Okay, spots one, but a bit too late. Muffin
Oh!
just wide swings that. Muffin Loop with the Blade Storm though. Does not get any more. Muffin with the great discipline there. Does not get a headshot onto Anko, and it's match point for Mad Army right now.
Match point with a 7-score deficit. It's incredibly difficult for Asteria to come back, and again, this is their map pick. Next map is going to be Breeze, a map which apparently Mad Army really favors. Incredible spray transfer from Muffin right here. It might be the decider, and we're starting to see the fact that it's, again, Asteria looking kind of confused.
Yeah, they just can't buy an entry right now. Like on the attacking side, Mad Army are actually really ready. You know, they chose to start on defense, but their attacking side looks even cleaner than their defensive side. Except for the pistol round. Let's not talk about the pistol round.
Could be a little bit of mental games as well for Asteria. I mean, they're trying to make these gambling plays of stacking 5 on C, which they were right, by the way, but it's just that Mad Army was one step ahead, and right now, Anko a little bit sharper as well. Going in, they're looking for the entries, and Muffin Loop with the operator will not be able to connect. They only have to worry about a link at this point. Stray is going to take her down, but damage has been
Oh, the
done.
lockdown though. Goodbye, Ginny. It was nice knowing you. Oh, 2 more players detained. Actually, I'd say Asteria have a pretty good chance of taking this. There's the defuse starting up. Baby TZ has to swap guns. Oh, that sound scared them. Now they know that the half was not there yet. Killjoy gets taken down, and Mad Army secured the victory, 13-5, only dropping the pistol round on that second half.
AVTZ, even just going for the quick weapon swap. It
Yeah, while she was detained, by the way.
Exactly.
This is beautiful. Both muffins at the top of the scoreboard, but this time around it was Muffin with a Y that takes this round.
As a Sova. I mean, a lot of these incredible plays from the Hunter's Fury, the Recon Bolts as well. They were actually able to stay ahead of whatever Asteria was trying to do, especially in that one round that Asteria tried to stack. Normally, we would think that Asteria are the ones trying to pull off something cheeky, maybe catch Mad Army off guard, but Mad Army this time were prepared for this, and yeah, Asteria looking confused. I mean, going in for this, they weren't prepared. They weren't expecting that sudden push in towards A on that last round.
Yeah, and just everyone really showing up. Look at the scoreboard here for the side of Mad Army. It's like everyone's in double digits. Like everyone had their own round where they popped off. Ginny didn't look so good in the second half, but in the first half she was hitting her shots with the operator, right? Like she's in the second half she's able to get in to the side and at least get her teammates in. She's like the bus. I mean, she might fall, but that's the job of the duels, right? To get your team into the site, and she's doing that at least because Asteria were respecting her and moving back out.
And it's what I really like is Anko there to back things up. I mean, sometimes you would see Anko lurking around at certain spots, and she can get kills off of that, but she had 6 first bloods in that whole game. So both entries, both duelists from Mad Army truly doing their job. And I think it's also maybe a little bit of a mental game. They are feeling very, very confident, and they're still staying incredibly sharp. I mean, just reading the game at a high level. Meanwhile, Asteria, you know, it's the time for them to really try and switch things up, try to, I don't know, improvise on the fly perhaps, because they need to adjust to whatever Mad Army are, you know, adjusting to them as well.
Yeah, Mad Army definitely found the secret sauce in this third match, especially in the second half, right? I mean, they finally found the sauce, and of course, it's going to be a very difficult
2-1
gap to close, right? You're gonna have to win the next 2 maps, and for both teams, this is where stamina starts to come in. Both teams have played a best of 3 before this, though both teams won 2-0, but Mad Army are in the lead right now, and they can pretty much they have the confidence coming to map number 4. And Asteria, like you mentioned, they might have to retool, they might need to snap out of it, they might just need to, I don't know, like get a better read of Mad Army, but right now they are in the back foot, and Mad Army are going to be happy with this 2-1 lead.
Incredibly happy, and I think that's my favorite thing of seeing Mad Army thus far, because they're this team that adapts really well. But whatever it is, I don't want to count Asteria out. It's still 2-1. They still stand a chance, and even though the next map is going to be Breeze, I feel like Breeze is one of those maps that almost anything can happen, just because it's so wide, so big. Even if you have strats, if you have the best gunplay, if you are a player like Yay from Envy, you have your marshals and all those different things that you could just watch and lock down a cave. It's incredible stuff, and both teams could still make a play at this point in time.
Yeah, and you know, we've seen both teams pop off. We've seen both Muffin versus Muffin Loop pop off, and we'll have to see who pops off in map number 4, because Breeze, it's a totally different map. Like, it's huge, it's really open. We'll see which team comes out in this long range duels, and we will go for a short break first before we go into map number 4 as teams rest in this long best of 5 series.
Welcome back, folks, to the FSL WILDCARD VCT Game Changer Southeast Asia Best of 5 Upper Bracket Finals. We are your casters. Hey, I'm Quack, and along with me is Marquis or Key, and it's going to be a crazy one because it's gone 3 maps so far. Right now, it's at a 2-1 in favor of Mad Army, but the next map, which is, if I'm not wrong, Mad Army's map pick, it's going to be in Marquis background. Take a look at that. It's Breeze. But of course, just a quick shout out to our very, very lovely sponsors. You're seeing the ad reels all throughout. It's Intel, Yahoo, and of course our newest partner, Secret Lab Chairs. And we got it right here. Pretty cool.
Dodge a bit. Yeah.
Dodge
there
a
you
bit.
go. Secret Lab. All right. I mean, we have been in very close matches today, except for game number 3. It looked really close after the first half, but then Mad Army went real mad and ran away with the game. And Asteria, they're gonna have to dig deep for the next map, because next map is Mad Army's pick, and they better be ready, because honestly, Breeze is such a huge map. Like, you have to be ready, especially on the defending side, where the map is just so huge. You can get overwhelmed by attackers really quickly, especially on the B side. On the A side, if you're not ready as well, that Viper Wall is just gonna cut your rotations. And Mad Army, I mean, we've seen flashes of brilliance from them, but at the same time, we've seen Asteria pop off as well. So which begs the question again, every game I will ask this question,
game.
Which muffin is supreme?
I don't know, but for now, it kind of seems like Muffin Loop has been... She's the sharpshooter for Asteria. Of course, Muffin is no slouch herself, but they're both kind of even in that sentence. The one thing that I do want to point out is that Asteria's other members, they've kind of dropped the ball a little bit. We need them to step it up just to bring things back to an even footing, because on a map like Breeze, if you're not sharp, that could be a very, very big detriment to your team's process.
Hey, they've all been pretty sharp today, and we've seen some sick headshots. And let's really see who comes out sharper, because honestly, it comes down to whose Vandal shots connect to the heads first. I mean, we've seen drive-bys and deletions, like operators, no problem, easy Vandal one-taps out of from random players, like everyone in this matchup. And Asteria versus Mad Army is really reminiscent of FSL Open, where we saw Big Scythe and who else were in overtime? Who were Big Scythe against? Kid My Orc. It's like that matchup was also really close, right? Like, it feels like these teams are just... I mean, some of them are actually from those teams, right? Like Kid My Orc player, Polly was actually is now in Mad Army. I mean, now they're just all playing really, really well. We've seen this is the outcome of the power vacuum that was left behind by the wildcard stage, and basically we're gonna start to see some teams rise up and of course challenge the best teams in FSL League. And now we're gonna go into agent select. This caster is not gonna delay too much of your time anymore. Because,
Caster, start game.
Caster, start game.
Start game.
Finally, yes. I've clicked it, guys.
Okay, there we go.
Whoa, Anko highlighting the Yoru again. I think she's baiting us. Hey, she played really well with that.
Yoru on Breeze. It's not so bad.
It's not bad. I mean, honestly, I like it. Like, if you ask me to choose an agent on Breeze, it's gonna be Jet number 1 and Yoru number 2. Just by nature of his teleports, I think with a little bit of team play, it's even more effective. I just think Yoru, thinking about it now, Breeze and Fracture are kind of like Yoru maps. They're a bit more viable there because of the two sides. Like, you can rope, immediately join your team on the other side after making a distraction on one side, right? Like, it just feels like Yoru, like how they made Viper viable with Breeze, Yoru can be viable, I believe, in Breeze and possibly Fracture as well.
But it's a lot safer, I guess, to go
Nope,
with Reyna,
she's baiting
so
me.
she's
I
back.
mean, I'm pretty sure she's watching the stream and is like, hey, these casters don't know any better. She baited. That was when Breeze was first enabled. That was when Breeze was first enabled for competitive, and now she just highlights it until the last 2 seconds, man. I mean, it is to me.
I got excited for it like just a second. When it came down to like 3 seconds, back to your and then back to Reyna. Oh my god! But
the big debate. This is the second biggest debate of all time in FSL. The first one being the Asteria split with that Viper's pit on A. That's the biggest debate of all time. The second one is Anko's Yoru pick on Breeze.
But still, though, I mean, this is an agent composition that Mad Army have basically rehearsed and practiced. They play this composition almost every time that they play Breeze. It's the Viper, Cypher, Jet. Wait, wait. Oh, is that actually Yoru? Marky, my eyes deceive me.
What?
The
Wait, I saw Reina get locked in. I'm so confused.
um was this a well?
This is now the biggest debate of all time in FSL. It's not,
I'm very
it's not the
confused.
Viper spin.
This wasn't a mistake, was it? Because the timer's still going on. I'm assuming Anko is deciding to go with Yoru
No.
right now, which can actually.
I love it. I
let's
actually
go.
love it. This is exactly what you can do with Yoru.
Let's go.
You see, she throws a teleport onto A with her teammates, and she just goes into B. Makes a little bit of noise there. Once you make a little bit of noise, plant
Oh my
that seed of
God.
doubt. Look, she can just get into the site right away. Okay, I
And
think
because of the toxic screen, oh, this is perfect. But she has to
Yeah,
stay alive
exactly.
though. TP?
This is exactly what I mean. You need a
TP
little bit of
ran
team
out.
play to do it, but you can do it. She can TP right now. She can TP a little bit
No,
later.
she can't. The cooldown went off.
Oh, I mean, she held 3 of them at mid though. I'd say she did her job either way. Spike goes down, but Mad Army, the Sky does get taken down, so it's down to a 4v5. Let's see if Anko can actually connect.
Well, they're gonna have to hold on to this for dear life. Asteria are still sharp, and they are going in for this. They are overwhelming in a cave position right now. Ginny's going to take one down. They'll make that a second, and now Baby TZ onto a third. Shrey is going to do whatever she can from the other side while Britzy tries to stick it, but it's not going to be easy at all. Nong with the Sheriff, dude! She's actually nailing these shots, and now Anko suddenly coming up from mid-wooden doors. Shrey Ooh is feeling so
Oh, that
uncomfortable
teleport,
on the
though.
site.
Oh, that teleport. Did you see that? She was in wooden
Stayed
doors,
alive.
and yeah, she was watching wooden doors after that first kill, and then Anko just swings out of main. That teleport, you can get some really good outplays with your, and I honestly think that Mad Army, this is not troll pick from Anko anymore. She's owning that Yoru pick that time they were against A Celeste at that point in time. She played pretty well, I would say, on Yoru, and you know, I'd like to point out as well the combination of that teleport plus the Viper wall. It just goes to show they know what they're doing.
Perfect. I know. Like it conceals that teleport perfectly, and that is why I think this is so perfect for Mad Army. I mean, you got a player like Anko, who unfortunately this time gets slapped down by Muffin Loop, but it's still the potential for all these incredible fake outs is it's huge. Meanwhile, Asteria are still incredibly sharp, so Mad Army still have to be very, very careful about this. The flash does come out, and they will be able to catch Shrey, but the snakebite still lands, and there's a little bit of damage, perhaps. Meanwhile, they're just going to walk in towards the B side, but they got to watch their backs.
Yeah, 2 flankers already coming in. They only have the classics, though, but Ginny is going to take one down. Still one to side. Muffin Loop. Okay, they know she's there. That jiggle. Ginny is popping off right now. Muffin with a kill. They know where Casper is, thanks to the tripwire, and Baby Teasy is going to get the last kill after taking a bullet to the head. I'm actually surprised that there's a cipher on Breeze, but you know, Mad Army, they know what's up. Ginny with 5 kills already, by the way.
I mean, on the attacking side, it can kind of work because you get information, you kind of watch your flanks. It still does its job. It's pretty much almost the same as other Sentinels, but on the defensive side, that's where things might be a little bit different. Your cyber cages are going to have to be on point. But whatever it is, like you said, Ginny with the 5 kills already, this team is starting to really show up. But right now, Asteria, probably with a full bias this time around, they're going to have to be careful about how they approach sites. Still, though, this time, instead of Anko going on the journey, it's going to be Anko up towards Hall, where she gets shut down. The headshots, the dinks, the one taps with the Vandals. Asteria are here to play.
Yeah, and Flanker as well gets taken out. Baby Teasy eats a bullet from Muffin Loop. And don't... Wait. I did not see this buy. She's got an operator. This is her bonus round. That's a little bit ill-advised. But I mean, it might be revisionist history because it's 5v3 right now and she has an operator. They can't get into the site yet, but that wall is of course going to grant them safety. There's a recon bolt coming out, has to be destroyed real quick. Spots one, but Ginny is gonna try to push a little bit forward here. There's the operator coming into play. That first kill. Ginny with the spray assault from Inspector. This op is actually doing work, but Meow 16k again with the drive-by, straight headshot onto Nongplay there. If Nongplay got that kill, it would have been extremely amazing for Mad Army, but they'll take what they can get. They still have an op and a Vandal in their hands. There's a flank coming in though. Let's see if they're ready for this. There's the flash coming out. They're not looking at their backs. Muffin Loop is gonna be flanking
Oh
here,
no!
and
Oh no!
Muffin difference here. There's the headshot. Ginny has to play this 1v2. Panics a little bit. And like I'm surprised they weren't ready for that push.
Same. I'm stunned. I guess it's one of those gaps that Meow 16 is just doing such a great job of distracting them up over by stairs that Mad Army wasn't expecting someone to come from the back.
Yep.
So it's incredible stuff. I mean, this is why you love having a Sky on Breeze. The fact that you can just send out your Hawk and still move up front and then pop it at the right time, really disable any kind of plays coming up from Ginny or Nongploy. It really hurts Mad Army, but right now Mad Army will be able to buy back. I'm not sure how Nongploy's economy looks, though. Still, they're going to have to be careful about how they approach, because I don't know if those deep single-player solo lurks are going to work out this time. But, oh! Muffin missing the first shot. Instead, it's going to be the other Muffin with a Y who takes her down. Operator
Britzy
not
only has a
exactly
Marshall there. I still think Mad Army have the gun advantage here, but Casper takes Ginny down. And Shrey, with her Spectre, takes Muffin down as well, but immediately gets traded. 3v2 right now. Britzy has to switch to an operator. 30 HP remaining on her. And honestly, that op could have done work for the side of Mad Army, but now in Asteria's hands, they haven't gotten a kill off of this.
Not exactly. Not yet.
And it's not the best weapon. In fact, probably one of the worst weapons to go into a Viper's Pit with. I think if you're Asteria, you're gonna go save.
Yeah, that's probably what they want to do. And having an operator for the defensive side on a map like Breeze, I mean, yes, this time around, perhaps it wasn't that effective, but it's still a weapon that can just lock down angles. I mean, I think this time around she was positioned, she got a little bit aggressive, pushing in towards elbow, but if on the next round they just watched B main or A main, it could really lock things out, maybe even halls. So Asteria still stand a chance at coming back. It's still very, very early days.
Yeah, that's for sure. And I just want to point out, I was watching the stream, which is on a delay, of course, and it was definitely she was definitely highlighting Uncle. Talking
Reina,
about Uncle
right?
here. Yeah, she was highlighting Reina, and then she just didn't lock it in. And then you
Oh.
know how when you're an agent select, it goes down to 0, and you can still kind of switch. Probably switch there.
Yeah.
Immediately debated us with this fake. I mean, Yoru has a skill called a fake out, and it worked better in real life than it does in game.
But hey, I mean, they didn't call a tech pause or anything, so I'm assuming that she's okay with this. It certainly seems, and I really think it's a good fit for a player like Anko, especially on this map, because she loves to do these lurks.
Oh,
Here goes, it's the fake foot. Oh, Meow was already aware of her position. The gate crash will not work out this time. Ginny has to make a play at this point, pushing up past the pyramids. She's going to be met with a bit of resistance, though. The snake bite might not be aware of Meow 16K on the other side as well. This could be very, very precarious. It comes down to the timing.
Oh,
She
no.
sees the reload, but it's a bait. Muffin Loop from stairs will be able to shut her down. They've managed to bait all the rotations in towards the A site. Maybe they'll be able to get the spike down on B, but after that, it's still a numbers game, and it's one that favors Asteria right now.
yeah, it's 4v2. This operator has been a big problem. Like, they gave it up in the round 3. That was a bit of a greedy buy, I would say, from Mad Army. And now this operator in the hands of Asteria is going to be a problem, especially after this. They don't have the Viper's Pit anymore. They did in the previous round, which was a bit of a waste, but now there's really not much utility for them to keep this up. Muffin Loop is going to peek. It's not find anyone yet, but Meow 16K is going to find a headshot on Nongplay. Baby Teasy has to play as 1v4. If she gets this clutch, it's going to be insane, but there's just so much utility chance to fight. There's the first, gets the second as well. She's still pretty healthy, gets the third, but unfortunately, Meow 16K finishes her off. That would have been an ace clutch for Baby Teasy. Nice try from her. Takes 4 players from Asteria down still, but, you know, it's expensive, but man, she almost got that clutch.
That was so clutch. Just Meow 16K knowing that she's positioned in this one spot. She knows time is of the essence. They have to push into her. They have to do it as a team. But my God, Baby TZ is just showing how sharp she can be. Still though, I want to give credit because Meow16K, like maybe she's not exactly lighting up the kill feed, but the way that she's been playing so far, I mean, it's not just the guiding lights, the hawks, the tiger, the way that she flicks back to back, her aim is extremely snappy, and on a map like this, she can be that incredibly sharp shooting, accurate player.
Yeah, and Muffin Loop with his operator is really a big problem right now for Med Army. There's a teleport. Great teleport there, but Muffin getting taken down by Muffin Loop allows her to dismiss. Unfortunately for her, if Anko got there earlier, I think she would have forgotten to kill onto Muffin Loop. But instead, the dismiss, really quick fingers there, exiting to safety with the use of Dead Viper, the wall. And now Mad Army, 4v5. They do have the sight done. Baby Teasy, great flank from her yet again. Great use of the smoke as well. There's a neural theft coming out. Gets them a little bit more information. 1-for-1 trade. Ginny takes one. Baby Teasy takes another one though. Shrey, they know where everyone is right now. And they know it's a 2v3. Baby Teasy yet again with another kill at Anko. Finishes Meow16K down. And Mad Army are definitely mad. They're so decisive. Oh, they're getting you off yet again.
This is their map, dude. This is their map. They picked this for a reason, and we're seeing exactly why. And my favorite thing still is the fact that Anko is going in with Yoru. The fact that she uses her gate crash in coordination with her teammates' abilities. Like, you saw the toxic screen coming up, and then she teleports in. Plus, you got someone like Baby TZ who can do those same deep lurks that really just catch Asteria with their pants down. Like, they're not quite sure what to expect. There's so many confusing plays that are happening all at once. The only times that Asteria actually wins are, you know, sometimes they pull off gambles, sometimes they get the opening picks, and then they really start to take the Mad Army aggression down. But here it comes. It's going to be the flash through the screen. She is able to take Britzy down. Meow will be able to make it a trade from the pyramids, but now just being aware of their position, she's hunting them down. Muffin will not be able to do much from this one spot. Anko! She actually, doesn't she? Like, she looks so good on Yoru.
She bobbed in and out of that wall. She used it to perfection. She's used to this. Malmploy gets the final kill onto Shrey. But yeah, she looks really good on Yoru. You see that flash? And then weaved in and out of that wall. Got 3 kills after bobbing in and out. It's absolutely insane.
Like, I want to try this now. I want to play Yoru on Breeze more. Oh my god, it looks so incredibly well rehearsed, so strong. The bobbing and weaving, like you mentioned, the movement that she's got, and just being able to toy with her opponents like that. Britzy did not know what hit her in that very instance. So coming into the next round now, again, this is where she's feeling so confident. She's got her shorty up, she's got her ultimates. You know how deadly this could be.
Yeah, and there's the Yoru ultimate being used as well. There's easy information for her. Really pushing Shrey out of that. Let's see what she does.
No way!
Here. Oh,
you really
okay,
do this?
No, of course not. But then there's the Viper pit still. That play allowed them to cross through that Viper's pit.
You're absolutely right. It forced Shrey all the way back in towards. Oh my god!
Sorry, was it a Viper's pit or a Toxic Cloud? I think it was a Cloud. But anyway, either way, there's a Viper's pit being used for Mad Army, and there's 2 lurkers coming in here. Anko and Baby Teasy get 1 kill apiece. Oh no, the flash. Muffin Loop gets taken down as well. Takes down Shrey as well. She looks so good on Yoru. Anko looks good in blue, and Nongplay finishes Meow16K off. 62 right now. Mad Army are hitting an absolutely quick stride coming into this map.
This is the best thing I've ever seen. I'm giggling like a child. I'm so excited. The stuff that she's pulling off. I mean, the dimensional drift to push Shrey all the way back. And then you got the teleports and everything else that comes in with this. The fact that her team is using all of this positional displacement because of Anko to push in, it's just amazing stuff. And Asteria need to find an answer really quick, because if not, it's just going to be the same fake out plays again and again. Here they go. They want to get a bit more aggressive this time, and they will just take Muffin's head right off. They're looking for a little bit more. We still hear an operator shot coming in from Ginny, and that's where they have to pump the brakes and respect that power a little bit.
Yeah, that quick headshot from Muffin Loop. Of course, if there's anyone that can do it, it's Muffin Loop. 1-for-1 trade though, and I don't believe she got the gun. Anko and Baby Teasy with a flank, and now this is the Mad Army sandwich this time. Anko gets a kill. quickly ducks away. Ginny gets 2 kills of her own with an operator. The Mad Army sandwich is just too strong.
This is their AO. This is their era of operations. Every single one of Asteria's members are killed in action. Like everything that they're doing, they are controlling it so well. It's fully maximized tactical plays from Mad Army. Everything that they're doing, I don't know if they've got some kind of contingency plan. They just have this perfect idea of how they want to hit a site. And because of all these different teleports, these aggressive plays with the operator, Asteria have to be very careful because a single mistake, you start losing players, and that's where Ginny starts to come in. But Muffin Loop is just as deadly. She's going to take her down. Going to get hit by the Trailblazer for a second, but that's not the worst thing in the world. Teleports will be able to go behind, but that's where Britzy starts to expect it. Asteria now waking up into the game. Mad Army needs to be careful about this.
Yeah, that's a pub move. That's a random matchmaking move right there. The
I'll watch
teleport
the gate
and
crash.
flash into teleport. Yeah, Baby Teasy. Oh no, Britzy was thankfully there to take the yard down, and Baby Teasy caught using utility. It's all down to non-play 1v5. I don't see a very bright round for her, but Mad Army still a comfortable 7-2 lead, but non-play. Is she on a save here, or is she just trying to catch 1 kill first and potentially just call this a wash? Because Mad Army, they've got a gigantic economy that they're building up, and the operator shots really are just... Oh! As I say that, non-play gets a first frag, really quick headshot. If she can take Britzy down, oh no, she actually has room to plant the spike here. No one else on B, they're all at mid. And this is extra money for a team. There's the snake bite going down as well.
Question is, how expensive can she make it for Asteria right now? Apparently not too much, because Asteria are learning from their mistakes. Look at how they're fanning out all over the site. You got people swarming on the left side of the pillar, and then you got Meow 16K basically pushing off on the right side, and it's very difficult for non-ploy to hit those flicks at that point. So the spike plant might have given them that little credit boost, but at the same time, because you get to defuse the spike, it's also a big win bonus as well for Asteria. So incredible stuff. I gotta say, in that round, it's Muffin Loop with the operator just out fragging Ginny over by the B site.
Yeah, they have to respect that. Ginny getting taken out there really fast, and Muffin Loop even getting a second frag there, and Britzy punishing what was supposed to be the punish. And right now, they have to respect that operator, and the op is actually on the A side right now, so Muffin Loop might not be as effective this round because the op is not the best weapon for retaking sites.
So maybe a little bit of a wrong guess. All of Mad Army's players are up over by B, and they're trying to push in off of this. The Dimensional Drift comes out, and she's got her shorty prepped. At the same time, Phantom for close range duels as well. She spots one player out, goes on to the other side to come out of it safely, and possibly securing safe passage for her team as well. I mean, at the same time, this is Asteria backing off, respecting Mad Army, and because they've got that Hunter's Fury, they'll be able to delay the plant for a couple more seconds.
Yeah, it's huge miss though. She couldn't get that much information even with the Hunter's Fury. Great post-plant positions by Mad Army as well. Muffin Loop already getting taken down. And right now they can't find an opening at all. They're all looking into the site, but there's nothing to find. There's the angry cabbages coming out. Seekers from Meow 16K, but Britzy is gonna go 1 kill, but gets quickly traded. Mad Army 4v1 right now. It's all down to Meow 16K. Oh, got caught using utility yet again. And Meow 16K is gonna get tagged down really low. Slow and painful death for her, but Mad Army are gonna take round number 8.
Last round in the
Man, it's still a good attempt from Asteria, but this is when, they cannot afford to, I think, really give Mad Army that much space. The rounds where they actually win are when they find these opening picks, when players like Muffin Loop are positioned at the right spots, they're nailing their shots with the operator and ensuring that Mad Army will not be able to even set foot past the threshold of B or A site. When that works out for them, they'll start to win, but if they give up that much space, Mad Army get to turn it into their playground. You got the Gate Crasher, you got Jets who can dash in and out, you got Muffin who's kind of lurking around sometimes, but at the same time, the guiding light that she can use really hurts them. But this is very different now. Muffin Loop watching this angle like a hawk. She's able to take Ginny out of the equation and possibly turning things around. Shrek kind of getting caught out by mid as well, though.
Ooh.
And that could hurt them. But, instant replies on towards Anko's head. And this could just be Asteria's round at the end of the first half.
Yeah, and she gets topped up as well. 9 HP remaining on her, but she gets that headshot onto Anko. Now it's going to be 3 players going to be good read for Mad Army here. It's a 3v4 right now. They're going to need this positional advantage.
Get the spike down. They watch. I mean, this is the site that they make it work so well because of the way they play around the pillars. So if you were Asteria, you have to...
that is a sneaky cam.
My God. That's dirty.
That is really dirty. Like, imagine people just going to customs trying to lab these cams, right?
So you got some players coming in from archers, some from tunnels. I would honestly maybe have one coming in from B main, but maybe it takes a little bit too much time. They got about 30 seconds remaining right now, and Muffin's trying to nail her sprays, misses a little bit, and that's where the trades come in. It's down to the Viper versus Viper, but the Viper's pit is in play. Whose domain is it? Is it Nogpoith, or is it Sheree Uwu, who comes in with a triple to secure the 4th win for Asteria?
Oh, no.
Oh, what? No, not again.
She almost got it. Half a second left. It was just enough time for Mad Army, and now it's a 9-3, and Mad Army are having such a good map.
I keep getting debated by spike beeps. I keep thinking that they have just enough time, but it comes down to
It was almost
like
enough. It was really almost enough.
half a second, man. Oh my God. Almost half a second, but now swapping sides. This is Mad Army's map, and again, their score is at 2-1. If Asteria loses this, that's it. They get sent to the lower bracket finals.
Yeah, between the two teams, I still have very good confidence that Asteria or Mad Army, either one, can actually win the lower bracket anyway. But you know, you really want to secure that spot as soon as you can. But Mad Army are starting to run away with us, 9-3 right now. And let's see if Asteria have the same like prowess that Mad Army had on the attacking side. The Wolf does spot the trap fire. Anko shoots some shots of her own, has to teleport out. Baby Teasy does get 1 kill. Uses her camera to actually get more information. Oh, it's really...
Wow, she got the tag.
Yeah. She gets tagged though, but really great discipline here for Mad Army. They're slowly falling to the side. They know it's a 5v4. They take one out as well. Anko takes me out 16k. It's not looking good for Asteria at this point. The Sage gets tagged as well. And now it's 5v2. They're stuck. Their backs against the wall. All down to Casper, who does get 1 kill. But Mad Army are going to take this pistol round, and they're in double digits already. 7-round lead for them.
Double digits, you win the pistol. You know what that means for the next round. Asteria are faced with conundrum. Do they force? Do they save? And even if they do, it's really hurts them because now they've lost the lead. And if you don't get the pistol round in the second half, it's going to be that much more difficult for you to climb back. So it seems like they really want to save this time. But that just means, you know, it's very likely that it's going to be an 11-3, especially with the fact that they're on the attacking side without any sort of strats, without any full-on execute. I don't know how they're going to make their way into sites freely. A nice little hawk that gets sent out, but they get met with tripwires. The camera is up there somewhere, and they know it. Baby TZ is looking for them. The tag allows her to get the free kill. Muffin Loop's still sharp as ever, though. Gonna shut Anko down. And now just playing around the cyber cage. Baby TZ trying to do a little bit more damage, but oh my God, class. It's just the Marshall's game for today. Non-ploy with the Vandal, though. Second round Vandal, yet again, this time it's not as effective. It's all up to Muffin as well as Ginny, but they're all the way separated. In fact, they're just watching the spike that was dropped. It wasn't picked up and brought onto site with Asteria.
Yeah, that's gonna be trouble for them because they're tagged out a little bit as well. So even though Muffin only has a ghost here. I think she just needs 2-3 bullets. Finish him off. One even if she just gets a headshot. And there's Ginny with the angle here. Oh, gets Britzy. It's all down to
They have
Muffin
no
Loop. She has a
armor.
Vandal though. Oh, 8 HP remaining on her. That's a flash. Oh, she did not expect her to come from window. And that's the difficult part here. Only Muffin Loop actually bought the Marshall there. That looked pretty dicey for Mad Army, I'd say. She got 3 headshots to that. And I think this is the first timeout we've seen in this series. I think it's a bit too little too late, as is tradition.
A little bit.
Yeah,
But
this,
jeez Louise.
yeah, this is amazing play here. Getting that first kill. Gets the tag on Muffin Loop through the wall there. Brings her down to 8 HP.
Plus
That
the
flash confuses her so much. Because the flash
It
came
popped,
out from
like-
the other side.
Exactly. That she was thinking that maybe there would be a push coming out from the window, but no, she's just hiding over by around the other side of cannon.
Yeah, that's
And this
extreme
is
big brain play right there. Like I didn't
Truly.
think that you could juke people with Sky,
That's-
but my
Yeah.
ankles were broken there.
That's the beauty of having Sky. Like you can't do that with a Reyna. You can't do that with a Phoenix. You can do that with a Sky. You get to pop your hawk at any time.
Pop your
Send it to a
hawk.
different spot. Pop your hawk. That sounds
Blinded.
That sounds weird. But yeah, it still is. This is Mad Army's game, and I don't know. It might have been a little bit of an oversight because they managed to break in towards B site. Why was the spike all the way at the back? Did they just not bring it with them?
That is a very good question. I think they left behind. Really?
Then that would have been a mistake. It kind of hurt them. But whatever it is, the score is still 11-3. They called a timeout, and hopefully with this timeout, now that they have some kind of a buy into the round, they might just be able to turn things back. Remember, these girls are still really, really sharp, just maybe lacking a little bit because this is not a map that they're very accustomed to playing on.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like Mad Army is the one that's really comfortable with this map. It is, after all, their map pick. And they feel really good with it. I mean, Yoru and Baby Teasy. Quick kill onto Muffin Loop, taking away their star player right now. Asteria are gonna need to figure out what they can do here. Hey, look where Anko is. She's a defender. I was like, wait, why is she here? Oh my god, look at that with a frenzy!
Oh!
Getting a double kill with just a frenzy, and that's gonna be a heartbreaker for Asteria as there's only one player left. It's gonna be Meow's 16k, and there's a quick headshot from her. She does have the spike though, but she still has to play against 4 players. She has 45 seconds left, and she can still go wherever she wants.
Again, right? Like I love Meow's aim. Look at how she's snapping to all these potential angles that she needs to look out for. But this one's going to be difficult because you got 2 players right on the other side of mid. Comes back in from the arches, but Nongploy already knows where she could be. It's a simple spray and burst for this girl, and that puts Mad Army at match point. They win this, it's secured. They go to FSL Elite.
Yeah, and this is qualification spot basically, and Anko really sneaky with that Yoru. I think she probably
This is
teleported there.
awesome.
They have the big guns now. There's no bonus round here. It's full on rifles for them. Even an operator on Ginny, and on the side of Asteria, they're broken
I kind
by.
of want Mad Army just to lose this round so that I get to watch more of Anko's Yoru plays.
She's been playing really well. This Yoru has been extremely effective. Although on defense, I would say it's not as flashy as on attack. Ginny with the operator here peeks a bit late, does get a kill. Her patience is rewarded. Oh, gets spotted as well with the drone. Was that a no-scope from her? She actually gets a no-scope with the operator. However, Asteria has something to say about this. They do trade. Now it's down to 1v1. It's going to be Muffin Loop.
Versus Nong.
I have the spike.
She has her Empress though.
Yeah, she does have her Empress, but Long has her utilities. And, you know, Empress doesn't matter if you get a headshot. And that's the headshot exactly, and Mad Army are going to take the series. They secured their spot to FSL lead. Mad Army, what a display on Breeze.
Truly, oh my god. Like, this is their trump card, man. They could have picked Breeze as like their first or second map.
I'm actually surprised.
No, they saved it. They saved it for this like final moment. And they're just displaying how experienced they are on this map. You got Anko on the Yoru. Like, I can't get enough of that. But it's not just her as well. Ginny is incredibly sharp at this point. Nongploy has been doing incredible stuff. You got Muffin with that incredibly 200 IQ hawk that she sent out from B window. And then, of course, you got Baby TZ just lurking around, getting those frags. She almost got the ace clutch. So it's awesome stuff from both teams. But it's, I think, it's something to be said. Map pool, right? You gotta be able to, maybe you don't like Breeze as much, but you still need to know how to play around it and how to deal with teams that might be able to pull things off. Like, this is incredibly surprising to see a Yoru being picked at this stage, at this time.
Yeah, and look, Yoru, she debated us. We got faked out IRL with that pick. She hovered
fake.
She hovered the Reina, and then suddenly when you hop in the game, it's like, oh, it's actually Yoru. And man, that was great team play between Anko and Nongplo. Because the Viper wall plus the Yoru gate crash, I think the combination of both is what really made it work this time.
It's big brain. I mean, I don't know what else there is to say. They know these agents. They know what they could do with the combination of abilities. And that's what makes Valorant such a beautiful game, and that's what makes Mad Army truly the Mad Army. Mad lads, mad girls, mad lasses,
mad players.
Yeah. Mad lass, that's right. You pick in Yoru at this point. But you know what's even more mad is that I just saw in our little FSL chat that the admins and producers are telling us Mad Army doesn't really have like a fixed IGL. That's incredible.
Democracy.
That must be democracy, exactly.
Like, I guess
full trust chemistry between the players, and just kind of like maybe something that you see from like Astralis. Like, you don't need a fixed IGL, just kind of have maybe one or like a secondary one, and whoever makes suggestions, if it sounds good, let's go ahead and try it. I think Alter Ego Celeste does the same thing.
Yeah, right? Sort of like decentralized
decentralized command.
Sort of. Yeah, I mean, like maybe you have one person to kind of like say, or kind of like break any disputes,
final,
right?
yeah,
like the final say, but like everyone can contribute their own information, and I think that really helps a lot. And Mad Army secured a spot for FSL Elite, which is gonna happen the end of this month, by the way. It's gonna be 23rd, 24th, and 30th and 31st.
That's right.
Yes.
And that's the big prize pool, 25,000 big ones USD. Okay, like that's not a joke. So although Mad Army has secured their spot for FSL Elite, you still got to duke it out against like 7 potential other teams, and one of them is Alter Ego Celeste. At the same time, for Asteria, all those Asteria fans out there, I mean, first of all, mad respect to these girls, because they've been playing out of their minds, even with like slight ping differences. Meow16k has shown that she's exceptionally sharp. Muffin Loop as well, and not just them, the entire team. Shrey Wu is doing incredible things as a controller also. But that's the thing, they are not out of this tournament, not yet. They get sent into the lower bracket finals, where they will play against another team tomorrow, and if they win that one, then they get their spot in FSL Elite.
Yeah, they're gonna have to wait and see who wins between who are the teams in the lower bracket right now. It's gonna be between Vitality, Estelle, and Chilang. They will be playing tomorrow at 12, and then the winner of that will be playing against Asteria in the lower bracket finals for the final spot in FSL Elite.
And that is just going to be another exciting matchup. I mean, I'm hoping for, maybe Mad Army's the one true unique Mad Lasses who go for Yorus, but tomorrow's matches probably will be just as intense. And I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll see more Icebox, more probably Ascent, but Bind perhaps. It's the possibilities are endless, and we're giving a chances for these maybe teams that haven't really shown up in the FSL Opens to show off what they've got. But that's it for now. The stream's not over yet though, because we do have the winner's interview after this, don't we, Marquis?
Yeah, we're gonna go for a short break first and then go into the interview. So stay tuned for a little bit of insight into what goes into the minds of Mad Army.
Hi guys, I'm here with Mad Army's Ginny for today's winner interview after their 3-1 victory over South Asian team Asteria. Ginny, congrats on winning today's games and being the first team in FSL Wildcard to qualify through to Elite. How are you feeling right now?
Of course, happy. Yeah, we try our best and we did it. So I'm proud of my team.
Mm-hmm.
Of my
Was
success.
it? I wanted to ask you, was it a bit of a relief winning the series, especially after dropping that map number 2 over on Icebox versus Asteria? Because Asteria haven't lost a single map on Icebox this entire competition. I wanted to ask if your team was maybe nervous during that game at all. I remember Mad Army was only able to pick up 1 round on the defense side in that game.
On the map, I think we just maybe lack of communicate and we feel someone is a bit sleepy because not sleep much. Yeah, then they we not perform well. That's why we lose that map.
I wanted to ask you about that as well. It's great that you brought up the communication issues that the team was possibly having because Mad Army at the start of the year used to be rivals of Alter Ego Celeste, but then the organization just stopped playing together after Open 2. Right now, the team is back with a few roster changes. I wanted to ask how long has the current roster been practicing together for?
As I know, I just new for this team. Yeah, I just start to play this competition for them, but they for stick for a long time. We didn't practice much, but we keep playing ranking together. Yeah, that's all.
So, Mad Army, like your team is stacked with players who are so individually skilled at the game, of course, such as yourself. A lot of the times we see your team winning rounds because of like duels, the outplays, and clutches, just pure mechanics. But sometimes, as you mentioned earlier as well, the team look a bit messy in terms of teamwork, in terms of team comps. I wanted to ask if this is something that the team is currently working on right now, or is it something that you feel like, you know, in the next couple of weeks when the team scrims more together, it will get better? What do you think?
I think sometimes is look like we doing well, sometimes look messy because this team is playing without IGL. We have no IGL. Yeah, we just all what you want to do, then I go support you. We just let each other play their style.
Is that something that the girls all consciously decided on, to have no IGL? Because it's kind of rare, I think, as well, in most of the pro teams to just not have an IGL.
Yeah, to be honest, at the first time I come this team, I also was like, oh, you guys talking IGL? Then they all say, oh yes, we play like this. So, okay, go ahead, I just follow you. Yeah. Maybe after this, we try to make a teamwork more or strategy as a teamwork. Yeah, team play.
So, Ginny, I wanted to ask you as well, because you're known as one of the best CSGO female players in Southeast Asia back when you were still playing CSGO. Also, like you've played for Team Myth, you played for Attack all around. I wanted to ask what made you initially switch over to Valorant, and just kind of what you feel the difference is between Valo and CSGO.
At first, I just stopped to play CSGO competitive and I become a full-time streamer. But after VALORANT come out, so I just try to play and I feel this game is very interesting. Yeah, that's why I put time and keep try hard and try to make a team in competition.
Yeah, I mean, the game is interesting, but you're also really good at the game. I wanted to ask as well, then why did you pick Mad Army? How did you end up joining the team? Did you maybe know someone, or like did they have tryouts? How did that go?
Yeah, last time because Muffin invited me, I know her for a really long time ago. I played with her before. I'm not sure what tournament is that is, but it's female tournament. Yeah, but from the past, I'm quite busy, so I didn't play with them. But the timing that she invited me, I really want to play back VALORANT. Yeah, that's why I decided to play.
Well, I'm glad that that worked out. A lot of people think that Mad Army is definitely one of the favorite teams in this tournament. Also, Mad Army just beat Alter Ego Celeste and Nigma Racer, formerly Galaxy Racer, in the Lenovo Valkyrie tournament a few weeks ago. So I wanted to ask if you and your teammates view yourselves as that favorite team coming into FSL.
I think the team also very strong team, but I also confident. I think we confident with our lineup and everyone, so we will try our best and win the tournament.
What is your team's goal for FSL Elite in a couple of weeks? Is the team looking to beat Alter Ego Celeste and Nigma Racer again?
I don't know.
You girls haven't talked about it?
Yeah.
Okay, lastly, before we go, I wanted to ask, looking forward to tomorrow's games, which team do you think will win tomorrow and take the second spot through to FSL Elite via wildcard? I think the three teams left are Asteria, Vitality, as well as Chilang.
In my
'Cause you
opinion,
played- yeah.
I think Asteria will win it. Yeah, they're really strong.
Yeah?
Good luck for
'Cause-
them.
All right, thank you so much, Ginny, for the interview, and of course, congratulations once again to Mad Army for winning today's upper bracket finals. That's it for us for today for the VALORANT Champions Tour Southeast Asian Series FSL Open Wildcard, brought to you by our sponsor Intel and supported by Secret Lab as well as official media partner Yahoo. We'll be back tomorrow to find out who's going to take that last final spot through to FSL Elite at the end of this month. Guys, if you want to see how women in esports keep changing the game, then we'll see all of you back here again tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye. Thank you, Ginny.